Check. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hello Harem Podcast. I'm your host, Alex Luby, and I'm joined, as always, by my horny homies, Jonathan Semrau, Anthony Luby, Luke Farnsworth, Neil, and we have two extra special guests here. Three extra special guests here, Ram, and 02. So we're joined by looks like a whole audience today.
You can't spell cringe without Alex. That was fucked. That was fucked, bud.
Yep, how's everyone doing?
Big episode 20 vibes.
I was doing well until you came and fucked that up. We introduced Neil because he's people. These are action figures. Look at him. Look at Neil. Even Neil's upset with you. I've never seen his cock so soft. This is fucked.
Has Neil been keeping up with his studies?
He's not going to college.
Yes, he is.
No, I'm not sending him to college.
Lump?
What?
It's cancer.
Neil's got a lump, dude.
Tune in next week while we give Neil a mammogram. He might have breast cancer. Oh, shit.
We forgot his mask. He's not wearing one right now.
Dude, you know I always come strapped.
Oh, God. Yeah.
My fucking thing.
You know he always keeps that motherfucking thing on him.
That motherfucking thing on me.
There it is. There he is on
he's safe.
Why we still have the Japan crate?
He's ready to social
We're
distance.
keeping them all.
Oh, we're keeping them all.
Yeah,
we're just gonna stack them on the fucking table.
Speaking of stacking, I had an idea for what we could do while we're here at the podcast space. Gentlemen, this podcast space, off camera, besides what you can see here in front of you on camera and the wall behind us, it's pretty boring. Not a lot going on. We have a coat hook that only one person uses, and not a lot going on. So I got this great idea, and it involves stacking. So I propose that in the corner closest to the door, we make the shit pile. Now every day, every week we come in for the podcast, we add a log, if you feel me. And by the 100th episode, it will have a pile. And when you open the door, eventually the door is gonna get stuck. But I just think. Hello Harem stacking. When we get to 1,000 subscribers, the Hello Harem will make a video where we stack the bathroom of a Circle K and then tell the guy that works there that they're out of toilet paper. We won't do that. That's a fucking dick move. Anyway, here's a Taco Bell mint for you, audience.
Dude, not the taco. Come on.
That's 2 weeks of throwing an object about that size and circular at the camera.
What did I
Take
throw
this
last week?
cap.
What?
Cap.
Cap.
I threw a cap?
Yeah, it was a bottle cap.
Yeah.
Where were you last week?
I don't know. I haven't actually been here for several weeks.
Jonathan's been gone ever since we went to Mike's place.
VTubers, it's kind of like that. We just add them in.
Yeah.
This is all animation right now.
I've actually been voiced over by Neil for the past 3 episodes. Anyway.
Delicious Taco Bell mint.
They're all right. They're not great.
They're mints, dude.
You can't it's a minute. It's not like you get one. You're
You can't
this is the most
bulk it up.
outstanding thing I've had.
I beg to differ. I'd rather have an Altoid than those.
I love Altoids.
Altoids are awesome.
Speaking of Altoids, my breath kind of stinks full of onions because of the Subway. But, I was having a really all right night, and I was like, hey, fellas, can we go to Subway? Jay's pretty hungry. We go to the Subway, and I order my sandwich, and I go to fucking purchase. And the guy, he just takes the sandwich and doesn't cut it in half and just puts it on the paper and starts rolling it. And I went, hey, can you cut that in half for me? And he just looks over and he goes, I lost the knife. And I think that's a little sad. So I had to take out our dear friend of the show, Andy Bennett. I took out his student ID that I carry around in my wallet, and I cut my sandwich with Andy's student ID.
Why do you have Andy's student ID?
You always got to be
Don't
strapped.
you have 2 years of him?
Yeah, I have 2 years.
Why do you have this?
From high school.
Is it junior and senior year?
Yeah.
That's
But-
Andy. Those are Andy's.
Oh, no, I have the other one on my desk at home.
Oh.
I only carry one in my
So you
wallet.
keep... Oh, no.
God damn it, look, you're fired.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
They're
Shut the
all-
fuck up.
Jonathan's got Andy's golden
I
years
can't see.
on him all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus
Oh,
Christ, dude.
shit.
I'm-
Fuck. Oh, God, everything's going to shit.
I'm the one that's fired.
Hold on, let me fix this.
All right, they're back up. They're back up.
There.
You're fired. He's iced. This man's rocked, and I'm cummed.
So we're Genshin Impact.
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite element in Genshin, cum.
Where did did you get Genshin out of cum?
Rock, ice, and what'd you say? Wind, fire,
And come.
There's you.
We're all different elements.
Yeah.
I'm the cum bender. Could you imagine you're fighting a guy and he starts going like this and your balls start getting drained? And then he turns them into spikes and impales you with it.
Death by cum.
Death by cum.
I'm sure somebody's had it happen.
Speaking of Genshin Impact, is this the first week? We haven't played it. When did we start playing Genshin Impact?
Tuesday.
Was it Tuesday?
It was Tuesday.
I thought it was Sunday because I got a weekly login bonus for 7 days.
No, it must have been Sunday. Yeah, no, because we played. no, because we played together Monday, Tuesday. Right?
I played every day.
No, it was
since
Sunday.
we
It
got
was Sunday because
I have two, but just not at the same time as you
Yeah.
guys.
because I think it was Sunday.
We played with
All right,
Luke,
shitbag.
Luke Thursday night, and then Luke and Andy yesterday, Friday night.
We played with Jonathan Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. No, Sunday, Monday,
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Wednesday, I played by myself.
Same.
We got home from the
Monday,
space
Tuesday,
late.
Wednesday,
Yeah, same.
and Thursday comes along. Wait, Sunday, Monday,
But
Tuesday.
is
and
Genshin
Wednesday
Impact
comes
like?
along.
Is that a new game?
Thursday, Friday?
'Cause I
haven't
found out yet. Is it?
That's the
Fairly
weekday
new.
Song. Yeah.
Not like fresh out of the box. I mean, it's been out for a little bit, but
Yeah.
No box, dude. It's a download game.
It's a gotcha game, dude.
yeah, dude.
Oh yeah.
Jimmy, what is this?
Jersey
Barco?
Mike's. I trump you with Jersey Mike's.
I don't really care about Jersey Mike's.
Yeah, well, you're not horny.
Round one.
My insurance.
Oh no, he put out the insurance.
All of my
my
credit
It
cards.
says my medical ID on it. Please blur that out.
You won't see it.
I
in the
thought you'd be able
cameras.
to
Look,
see.
I don't know what kind of
I'm gonna put like.
froglet. Just put like.
There's
I'll
just
blur it
some
out
man.
with
He's like,
something.
camera zoom, and it zooms in like 12,000%, but it's so pixelated you can't read. He's like, enhance.
That's fine. Can you just put a picture of
Rudy Giuliani.
No, not Rudy Giuliani.
Rudy.
Why does it always come back to Rudy
Let's
Giuliani?
do a picture of Val Kilmer from the movie Tombstone when he played Doc Holliday. Put it right there.
All right. Oh, for Jonathan's ID. So you would have seen that about 15 seconds ago.
Val Kilmer.
All right. Well, it's to my knowledge that I know we're switching subjects. We're going from Genshin Impact to Luke had quite the story for us earlier this week.
Here's
Luke, do you
this-
want to tell us what happened?
So the moral of the story is Andy and I managed to ruin Bao's Discord server in a matter of 3 hours.
Who's Bao for those of the
She's
listeners
the
who don't know?
cute whale VTuber, and she's actually really epic. Before I get into the story, I just want to say, mad respect for Bao. I actually really like her as an entertainer. I meant no harm by anything that we did.
Jesus
Sorry we
Christ.
ruined your server.
You make it sound really bad.
It got really toxic because we got like a huge divide and people were getting pissed. People in that server were getting pissed over something so innocent we were doing. It was funny.
What were you
Luke-
doing?
Yeah, Luke, what were you doing?
Yeah, anyway,
What is it?
so it all started
I have no idea.
Bao was streaming Yakuza Like a Dragon, the latest
Oh,
in
okay.
the
Yeah,
Yakuza
good
series. Yeah, and she had in the bottom corner she had like an edit where she was holding a gun and had like the tattoo and glasses on. And someone said something. She said, "Shut up before I shoot your kneecaps out." And so Andy donated to her and said, "Bao, I wouldn't mind if you shot out my kneecaps." To which she responded with, "I like the enthusiasm. Your kneecaps are safe." So after that, one of the admins posted her Discord in the chat, and I said, "Andy, do we join the Discord for the meme?" And he's like, "Luke, I'm already in it now." So naturally, I joined it, and instead of like saying hi or anything, he and I just joined into a conversation that was going on. You know, natural things
Yeah,
that
like
make
a
sense.
Discord.
Yeah, like a Discord. So instead of like saying hi or anything, we just started joining in this conversation. I was like, who the fuck are these guys? So it goes on for a little bit where we're just chatting. So most of the people are actually pretty cool in it. And then Bao joins and she said, how'd you like the stream? And then me, using my knowledge of third grade English class, I knew that I had to make a sentence to catch the reader's attention.
Okay.
So I said, I really wouldn't mind if Bao left me unable to walk for the rest of my life by blasting out my kneecaps. To which she then added me in the server and said, get some help with some smiley heart faces. And,
Just let him talk. Let him talk.
and It was it was pretty funny.
So how did this devolve into a total destruction of her Discord?
I'll get there in a second. So
Okay.
Bao's a whale naturally, so she likes water. So she does random hydration checks in the stream, right? So we
Yeah.
were in the Discord, and Andy goes hydration check just for the meme. And it's not even like where you think it's going. And this one guy's like, I don't like water. It tastes gross. And we're all like, what the fuck do you mean you don't like water? And then someone
to that guy.
Can we get a hydration check?
hydration check.
Shit.
How's that for your pussy?
Christ.
And now here's where the wild
Pregnant
tangent
bitch.
starts to come in. So someone then said something along the lines of, I'm going to hit you with a sock of water. It's like a sock filled with water. And they're like, how do you do it? So I responded with quickly.
Take your time.
They're like, when all the water fall out of the sock, how would you do that? And I said, quickly. And so someone, I don't know like what the fuck the brain power of the people in the server were, but the one guy's like, what if you filled a sock with mayo? What would happen then? And someone was like, it would just stay in the sock. It's not
It's too
not
viscous.
fluid. Yeah, there's too much viscosity to it. He's like, so then what happens if I hit you with a sock of mayo?
And then it would come out.
And it turned into like the sock of mayo becoming the most powerful weapon known to man because it causes blinding when you hit them in the face with it. And if you microwave it, it causes burning. And then we just got into a conversation about how it has Minecraft enchantments. And don't worry, it doesn't make sense to me either. Even looking back on it, it just went there too. There's no lead up to it getting Minecraft enchantments. It just got them. So then we had a whole conversation about how Mayo sock needs nerfed. And this was the point that people were getting pissed off because they're like, what the fuck are you people talking about? And I don't know why people were getting so mad. Like we got to like nerf Mayo sock. And then someone asked what mayo is made out of. It's like, so we're like, it's eggs and oil. Like, I don't know how you don't know what mayo is made out of. He's like, so it's just eggs? I was like, yeah, basically. And then he's like, so what if I put eggs in the sock with the mayo? I was like, what the fuck does that mean? So around this time, we've grabbed a lot of attention of people in this server. And there's a lot of people in this conversation trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. Nobody can figure it out because this slippery slope that I've said is exactly how it went.
I'm curious about this. Keep talking, but I'm curious
So-
about something.
Then someone's like, well, what if we did whale eggs? And I was like, what? I was like, whale egg mayo?
Whales are mammals.
Yeah, that's why I was confused. That's what we were
They don't
whatever.
have eggs.
And so it kept going on with the egg tangent for quite a while. Like this was probably at least 20, 25 minutes of us talking about this. Then it turned into whale eggs, Bao is a whale, Bao mayo, Bayo. So we started a whole Bayo uprising in this server to which there were so many people getting mad at us because they're like, this is stupid. But they couldn't do anything because we weren't breaking any server rules. We were just annoying as fuck. So
I just went and checked like the Bao subreddit because I was kind of hoping there'd be something in there about a mayo sock or like water
I would have
sock.
hoped so
Bayo.
too. I hope that it catch.
Yeah, there's like one post in there and it's by Bao and it's just a link to her streams.
So the Bayo goes on for quite a while, and someone makes an image for it. It's just a jar of mayonnaise with Bao's hair on it. And so we're just in there, and we're just like, Andy and I are laughing our ass off because this is like the funniest thing you could do at 3 a.m. And then a mod shows up, and he goes, "This is the funniest shit I've ever seen." pins the message, makes it an emote. So now in Bao's Discord server, Bayo is an emote. And then it kept going on about how people were getting pissed at us. So he said, we're just a peaceful divergence of the Discord. And we started our own like mini nation in the Discord, to which we titled ourselves the Independent Nation of Bayo. To which The mod Sunny then responds with another emote of Pepe holding a flag with Bao on the flag.
No way.
So we got, in a matter of 3 hours, we got 2 emotes in the Discord server.
You guys are single-handedly responsible for Bayo.
Yep, no, like there was a group effort, but Andy and I egged it on so bad that like I think Andy and I are the reason that this even happened.
This all started so far with Andy saying hydration check.
Yeah, no, yeah, there you go. So,
What?
and that's kind of like where the end of the story for the Discord server comes in. But the next day, Bao is streaming again, so I thought, haha, funny. What if I just donate and say Bayonnes? And she read it. And the fucking everybody in chat that knew just responded with Bayonnes. So there's probably like at least like 10 or 11 messages in a row that said Bayonnes. And then I joined her community on YouTube because I like Bao. I'm going to support her. Like there was no meme to it.
Yeah, respect.
She told me welcome back. She recognized my name.
Oh man.
No fucking way.
Deadass recognized my
You're
name.
Mayo suck guy.
I don't know if I'm Mayo sock guy, kneecap guy, Bayo guy, or just retard.
I like mayo sock
Together
guy.
we're nose kid and mayonnaise sock guy.
I suppose. I don't
You're
know.
the superhero. I'm the quirky sidekick.
But I would 1000% actually really like it if Bao would fucking collab with me. I think that'd be sick.
Shoot you in the knees.
Dude, I will buy any game she wants to play. I'd buy it for her too
I thought
if
you
she
were
would
gonna
collab.
I thought it was you want to just shoot you in the
Shoot
knees.
in the
She could shoot me in the kneecaps too. I don't care.
Bao, if you want to do a video on the Hello Harem channel, you get to shoot Luke in the knees.
Now, if you'd like to give live birth on the Hello
Oh no.
No, Bao's a wholesome whale, I'm
When-
sure.
When this eventually becomes a separate video of like a clip from the fucking thing, send it to Bao. Everybody at Bao on
Well,
Twitter.
yeah,
Bao.
I'm not saying she's not a wholesome whale, but I've seen Animal Planet, and those animals are wholesome too.
What?
Yeah, but Bao's
How?
That was a talking whale
Yeah.
that offers to shoot people in the kneecaps.
Flipper the dolphin was a talking dolphin. That
She's
didn't
also
stop you.
Her streams were scuffed.
That didn't stop you, huh, Anthony? Tell him about Flipper.
Bao, if you want 29 new subscribers,
30.
30?
30.
30.
We're at 30?
Yeah.
Now, if you want $29,000,
Bao,
Luke
I'll
would be
give you
happy to
I'll
donate
give you my
next
life
year.
savings. I'd give Bao my life savings.
Luke
would
has
you
a
like
car
four-
he can give you.
Bao, would you
don't-
like 4 new cars and Neil?
Let me look at him.
Neil, I'm sorry, I would give you to Bao. If
I
Bao
would.
said she wanted Neil, I'd give Neil to Bao.
Yeah, I'd give away Neil.
I'd give Bao to Neil.
That little rat needs to get out of here anyway.
Shut the fuck
What the
up.
fuck is your
dude.
problem?
What is wrong with
I've
you?
hated this fucking marshmallow head
You
ass.
helped get him!
I didn't help.
My
I watched.
No, you did. You
All right,
did.
well, I
You
thought he-
cheered us on, you moron.
When he was in the cage, I thought he was neat. And then he came out, and I'm like, the fuck is this
Then he
thing?
came out. I'm like, I didn't want a gay stuffed animal.
Now look what we got.
This is where my brain went. I don't know what's going on.
Jonathan's talking about if we take the Taco Bell mints.
And I could crush it with my Yeti, take Luke's round 1 card, chop it up real fine, and then get fresh minty sinuses.
Mint and cinnamon.
Cinnamon's
Cinnamon.
in there?
There's cinnamon mints.
Oh, there's cinnamon mint?
Yes.
It's the worst kind of mint. And gum.
Anthony, you're welcome to leave at any
You
moment.
guys really like cinnamon that much?
Cinnamon's fucking awesome.
I like cinnamon mints.
Fucking cringe.
Obviously, this guy's never seen Necopara.
I was about to say, I guess he doesn't even care about cinnamon.
He doesn't
I
even
love
care.
cinnamon.
He doesn't even care if we're moist.
Nope. Wow, dude. Wow.
This is
That is
wrong.
a callback.
So,
I literally thought you were my brother.
I didn't.
so there was Luke's Bao story of how he ruined a Discord server in 3 hours.
That was beautiful. Luke.
Dude, I can't get over the fact that Andy. It all
Hydration
started
check.
with
Hydration
hydration check.
And a man that didn't like water. It-
So was Bao
Wait, how do you hit
present for like any of this?
Bao. So that was the night. So Bao joined and said that thing about when I said the thing about the kneecaps and she added me.
Yeah.
And I don't know if she remembers me from that or from the mayonnaise or from literally anything else in the
So
fucking
she's seen
Discord.
it all, though. She's seen it all.
She has seen all. In the middle of the Bayo talk is when she got a Twitter follow from Calli. Calli followed her on Twitter and she was like
Nuh-uh.
popping off in the fucking chat. And then she read it's all caps like, I'm so fucking ecstatic right now because Calli just followed me. What the fuck is going on?
It's like she's super happy about Calli, and then everyone in chat is Bayonnes.
Like there was like a brief moment where everybody just said poggers because it comes up with like there's a notification in her thing for when things happen on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
So it showed like her getting added by Calli, and everyone said poggers, and then went back to Bayo. She joined, said Calli just followed me. What the fuck's going on? Poggers. And then back to Bayo.
You know, this leads me to an interesting topic for discussion. So if we were to take all the VTubers and make a sandwich, obviously Bao's going to be the mayonnaise. Mm-hmm. What are the rest of the VTubers? Okay, I'm going to ask these questions. You as a group of 3 are going to decide which VTuber would make up which part. Now, we're going to make a club sandwich. So I need you all to follow closely.
What's on a club sandwich?
Well, I'm going to go through that.
Okay.
Okay, so the basis of a club sandwich, of course, just like any sandwich, is the bread. All right? So for a club, it needs to be hearty enough to hold everything in between and kind of, make it a sturdy, solid, stable sandwich.
Yeah,
so
give it a sturdy base.
It's got to be a sturdy base. So you need a sturdy VTuber. So which VTuber would be our sturdy bread base?
Fubuki.
You think Fubuki?
She's sturdy.
I don't. Fubuki's all over the place.
Yeah, I don't think Fubuki.
Dude, she's sturdy.
She's a scat man.
She stands her ground.
I get. Yeah, I can see that.
I don't know about Fubuki.
I'm just thinking about the other VTubers, and they're all so fucking crazy that Fubuki might just be the answer.
Fubuki has a PhD at Asakoko University.
That is true.
And you're really gonna say Fubuki doesn't deserve to be the bread of the sandwich?
All right, well let's put Fubuki on the bread for now. But
Fubuki is our bread?
Fubuki on the bread.
That's final answer.
Switch if we can move around.
We lock in and move on.
Yeah, can you take apart a sandwich and put it back together without ruining the ingredients?
No, you can't.
Exactly. So is Fubuki our bread?
Fubuki's the bread.
Fubuki's the
final
bread.
answer.
I have no say. I can't sway you guys.
So we've got our bread. We're gonna spread the Bayonnes atop it. All right. Now, following the Bayonnes, we need something fresh. We need something to give it that nice little twang of the garden. Something crisp and earthy to hold the sandwich and give it a nice feng shui about it. Keep your chi in check. So for that, we're going to need some crisp iceberg lettuce. So we need a fresh, earthy VTuber with a nice crunch to make this a good sandwich. All right. So far we've got Fubuki bread with Bayonnes, and we're gonna need some lettuce. So,
some crispy
gentlemen,
lettuce.
who is our lettuce?
Who is the crunchiest, crispiest
VTuber
in the dock?
Who's the crunchiest, munchiest?
Who's the freshest?
The freshest?
Okay, but I'm committing. We're not stopping till this sandwich is made. God damn it!
Freshest VTuber.
Freshest VTuber.
Yeah, no, fresh is the word here.
So they'd have to be new and poppin', right?
Poppin'.
So
It's
it'd
gotta
be
be-
Gouda.
I
Not
was
really
thinking
new though.
They've only been out for like
They've
2
been
months.
out for like
Okay, if that's the case, they're all new.
Only the English ones.
the English ones.
Fresh
are
doesn't
new.
necessarily mean new. Will Smith is fresh.
He's been around for years.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
Jay-Z is fresh, and he's like fucking ugly. So
Sly Boogie's fresh.
you can be Sly Boogie's too damn hood. We cannot put Sly Boogie on this sandwich. Who is our lettuce? God damn it!
I'm gonna.
The chef is impatient. There is a line out the door of customers. I need this sandwich out there in the dining room now.
My
Who's
first
our
thought.
lettuce?
My first thought was Gouda because
Gouda?
she's crunchy.
I was thinking Gouda because
Gouda?
she's fresh and popping right
Yeah,
now.
she's
We'll
popping.
go Gouda. I can. That's one I can agree with.
Okay, so we've got our Fubuki bread with our Bayonnes topped with a nice leaf of Gouda lettuce.
Gouda.
Oh, Gouda could have been the cheese.
No, that makes
There's
too
no
much
cheese
sense.
on that, is there?
No, there's not.
Okay, cool. That's what I was
like
thinking.
Okay,
Gouda.
following our lettuce, we need more from the garden. So far this is kind of a boring sandwich, so we need something with a little bit of acidity to give it a little, you know what I mean?
I know it.
Little
Yep.
bit So what we're gonna need to do is we're gonna get a nice slice of Vtuber tomatoes, V-tomatoes,
Some
if you
with
will.
zing, right?
A little bit of zing. You want zing, but more importantly than anything, the most important quality of tomato that you want is juicy. You want a thick, juicy tomato. So we've got Fubuki bread, Bayonnes, and Gouda lettuce. So who's our juicy, thick, tangy VTuber?
Calli.
But
Calli.
my first thought was Amelia Watson because her and Gouda pair so well together, and Gouda always makes the your mom jokes. That's pretty.
Amelia
that
makes
cuts.
the your mom.
But is
jokes.
Amelia?
I said Amelia.
Is
You say
Amelia?
Gouda.
Oh,
Is
fuck no,
Amelia the
Amelia.
juicy plump tomato?
That's
No,
where I was going to
Calli. I think
Calli
Calli
is.
is the plumpest.
I was
juicy.
going to say Pecora until he said Plumpy.
Calli.
Because she's definitely the most acidic.
I would.
say Calli.
I might go Calli. Calli might be
Calli?
the thickest,
Luke, what do you think?
juiciest.
I'll go Calli.
Okay, so
We're there.
far what we've got on this sandwich, we've got our plate, we've got our
Yo, Yago is the plate.
we've got our Fubuki bread, our
Yeah.
Bayonnes, our Gouda lettuce, and who did we, and our
Calli
and our
tomatoes.
Calli tomatoes. So far we've got a garden fresh sandwich, but you know it's lacking something. And you know what every sandwich needs? Every club sandwich, we need ham. We need ham for this sandwich. So far, there's no meat. This is a vegetarian sandwich, and everybody knows that sharks eat meat. So
Well,
I don't know where that came from.
So
So,
Gouda's a shark. She's on the sandwich.
so what's the important part of a ham? It needs to have a little bit of salt in it. It's got to be a little salty. Ham is a very salty meat. It's also got a nice little chewy kind of deal to it. You know, a good, and it can be smoky. So we need a smoked, salted, and more important than anything, a cured salted ham. So who is our salted ham VTuber?
What do you guys think?
I gotta write all this shit down. Okay, I'm losing track of the sandwich. I gotta write
the
it down. This is-
saltiest VTuber I can think of.
What one makes the most noise?
Corone.
Hachima, Corone.
Dude, I think
Hachima.
Hachima.
Polka.
Hachima actually, I watched a video of her and Luna playing fucking bowling on the Switch, and Hachima got so fucking pissed.
Dude, when you said Hachima, I thought that was the one.
That was
I
the
think
one
Hachima would
watched.
make some good ham.
Hachima.
Hamchima.
Ham show.
Yeah, ham
I just wrote that in my notes. Ham chima. Okay, so
Hachima.
far our VTuber club sandwich is
Yago plate.
Fubuki bread, Bayonnes, Gouda lettuce, Calli tomatoes, and ham chuma.
This is so fucked.
Okay. So what comes after ham? We need a bird. So
This
you know,
is easy.
So we've already got a ham on there. We've got our ground animal covered, but we need something that flies. So
This one's so
This is
easy.
cake.
pluck it from the sky. We need a ham. We need it is a ham. Oh, fuck. A turkey is not just any meat. A turkey is a meat that people celebrate around during Thanksgiving, and being that it is November, this is very important. So we need a good ham. We need a thick ham, and more importantly, we need a ham that can be used.
Turkey.
Turkey.
Fuck off. We
It's
need
alright,
we need
it's
a
alright.
we need a turkey that you can once it's done, you can take the carcass and use it to make a stock. So we need something with a lot of flavor. So who's our turkey?
Kiara.
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 was really easy.
She's a phoenix.
Yeah, she's a phoenix.
She's-
and she's got flavor.
Yeah, she's got
She
lots
has
of
her
flavor.
own business.
Yeah.
Fubuki bread, Bayonnes, Gouda lettuce, Calli tomatoes, ham chuma, and kiyurki. And this is the
Whoa.
this is the final part of our sandwich, gentlemen. So, you know, this needs to really send her off with a bang. So, at the end of your club sandwich, when you're eating your club, you know, all the ingredients, they go together really nicely, and you're enjoying your sandwich. But a club is nothing without the savory deliciousness that is a nice piece of bacon. So, we need bacon atop this sandwich. It needs to be flavorful. It needs to be fatty, but not too fatty. You know, it's got to have that nice mixture of oil to crunch and softness, but like it's got to be a real good piece of bacon, not too salty, not salty enough. Gentlemen, who is our bacon?
I'm going to say Muna.
I wanted to say Okayu.
This is the most
See,
perfect. This is everyone's favorite part of this sandwich.
here's mine. And here's why.
And it might be Corona.
I was going to say Corone for a couple reasons. You don't know what's going to happen with her. With a piece of bacon, you don't know what you don't on a club sandwich.
Mhm.
When you see the bacon, you don't know what you're going to get.
Right.
You know what ham tastes like. You know what turkey tastes like.
But you know, yeah, you're right. The
But
bacon.
the bacon is always the the uncommon denominator.
It's either going to be limp or crunchy.
Yeah, it could be
Salty or not.
salty or sweet. It could be.
If you get sweet bacon, send the fucking sandwich back.
That's what I'm saying. You never know with bacon. You never know with Corona.
Is it maple bacon? Is it
She could be-
smoked bacon? You're
yeah.
right.
Corona is just so far gone. where you don't know
is
what
bacon.
Corona
Bacon is
bacon.
Corona.
So who's our bacon?
My vote is Corona
Okay.
because I think it's a clear answer.
Luke, what do you think?
After the brief existential crisis that I just had when I realized we were making a Vtuber sandwich,
Mm-hmm.
I think Corona is the answer.
Corona seems like a fitting bacon.
Jonathan choose. Like it's normal.
Yeah, Corona bacon.
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 Well, I already named it.
Bacone.
Hold on. I'm going to put our sandwich in my hand, and Jonathan's going to read it out. And as he reads a VTuber, it is going to get stacked in my hand.
Make sure that their faces are imposed onto the
Wait,
ingredient.
hold
Yes,
on.
we can do that.
Do they get like a green olive on top or anything like that?
You know, we
Do
didn't
clubs?
we didn't do a garnish.
Yeah,
can
like
garnish
do
it.
they
Garnish
garnish it?
You know, typically with a garnish with a club sandwich, depending on where you go, if you go to your deli, you're gonna get a pickle spear. You know, you're gonna get a dill pickle spear, which I think is a little aggressive, but you know, a dill pickle spear. But if you go to a more fancy restaurant, they're gonna garnish the plate with arugula. So are we at a deli or are we at an upscale restaurant?
We are at an upscale restaurant.
I
Well, then
would
we
say
need
we're at a
VTubers.
deli
I was
because
gonna
I
say
think delis taste so much
We're at
better
a
than
deli.
upscale.
We're at a deli.
Like just personally, I think like small delis always taste better than
I was gonna say we put mayonnaise on this instead of some kind of
Like
fancy.
and we
yeah.
put regular iceberg instead of like au jus or.
Au jus
Au
is
jus
not
is-
a lettuce.
It's not a lettuce.
au jus is a sauce. but
Okay.
you were close.
Well, we put iceberg lettuce and not some fancy stuff on it. So I think we're at a deli.
So we get the pickle.
Are we okay? So we get a pickle spear. Now the twins hate pickles.
I hate them.
I love pickles.
Me and Luke love pickles. So we're gonna need a pickle. It's a salty thing, but more importantly than anything, it is something that people either love or they hate. So we need a VTuber that people either love or they hate.
I don't think that
I
exists.
don't think that's possible.
Well, this is the challenge of being a great chef, Luke. So I'm gonna need you to bear with me and figure it out.
People love or hate.
What? Instead of saying love and hate, you could say like or dislike.
Suck
It's a
or
lot.
come. Yes,
Yeah.
my dick.
I
your
can't
dick.
even I don't know any that people really dislike.
Yeah, I mean, like everybody likes a VTuber. They're all characters. Like you could dislike the character of the VTuber, but they don't dislike the VTuber themselves.
Like or dislike.
I can't think of anyone that people really even shit on.
I can't either.
Like it seems like they're all pretty.
Well, let's get rid of the like and dislike scenario and just who's a pickle. Who
Rick.
Shut up. How are we, no, we can't. We can't finish the sandwich with pickle. We can't do it.
All right. So
No, he's not. No, you're not. Are you?
okay. Oh fuck.
Well, when you think of a garnish, you think of something that makes it like brings the meal
Looks
together.
pretty.
It looks pretty.
Okay. We can do something
Polka.
pretty.
I was gonna say okayu,
I was gonna say
Okayu too.
Okayu too.
Okayu
Polka.
could fit.
but specifically polka singing is what would bring the sandwich together.
I think okayu is good just because I came up with a good way to make her a garnish.
Let's hear it.
Well, no, is that your choice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my choice.
She
I
is.
want
Okay.
okayu.
Now, everybody, everybody, put your hands like this. We need to support the weight of this
Oh,
sandwich.
it's gonna get heavy, dude.
All right,
It's gonna be a
I'll
feisty
put your
sandwich.
goddamn hand up.
Me and Luke are gonna
Oh,
support
we're gonna
it.
hold
okay,
the
okay,
plate.
we'll hold it from the back. So on our VTuber sandwich here at the Harem Deli, we make our fit sandwich with the freshest ingredients, beginning with a fresh baked loaf of fubuki bread. It is crunchy, it is savory, and it's got a nice crisp to it. Followed by that, we get grandma's homemade Bayonnes, which is creamy, made with farm fresh eggs. Whale eggs to be exact. Followed that, we go out to Luke's garden and we pick his fresh grown vegetables and his prized Gouda lettuce, Calli tomatoes. After that, we go down to Anthony's farm. We get ham chuma, kiyurki, and kuraken. And we put that all together on the bread, but no sandwich is complete without a garnish, so we go to Alex's garden box out of his window, and we get arugula, and we garnish the plate with it. So thank you for coming to the Hello Harem Deli. That sandwich comes in at $8.95. You can add an extra $2 for a bag of VTuber chips and a piss.
Assorted chips. They're assorted chips, including chips such as Luna, Marine Hosho,
Luna chips.
Luna
Crisps.
Luna Crisps, fucking
Polka chips.
Poke Ingles.
Poking.
And a soda.
Always served up with a cool, refreshing cherry Dr. Pepper.
Oh, Jesus
Thank you for coming to the deli. That bit was off the dome, and I don't know if it was worth the time we spent.
You can tell that VTubers have really taken over, and we've talked about them every episode, and it's been something new that we've said every time. We have not done the same thing
really.
fucking twice with them.
I just made a sandwich.
Yeah, we did just make a sandwich, and I bullied a VTuber in their Discord.
That was...
Can we get another hydration check? Good God, man, that was great.
I still just want to say I do love you, Bao, and I really like watching your streams. I'm a big fan.
That was nice.
I love you, Bao.
Hydration check. Good one, man.
I hope all of our lovely viewers at home are partaking in our hydration.
God,
check.
it's so cold.
I hope you all have a nice bottle of water or a canister of water next to you, and you're keeping up with the hydration checks.
This Yeti keeps my fluid very cold, and it's a good thing this stays cold because nothing helps me get a meal down better than cold water. And you know what kind of meal always goes good with cold water? Hungry Man. Hungry Man, my name is Jonathan Semrau, and this is the 20th episode of the Hello Harem Podcast. Last week, I begged you for child support money, and this week, I'm just asking for your friendship. I've been asking for 20 episodes now, and this water is just as cold as my feelings for you are becoming. So I'm going to really need at least a response. I will be shooting you an email after this episode. Please respond with at least $2,000 to helloharem at helloharem@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram, Apple Music, and Spotify. Thank you, Hungry Man. And as always, stay horny.
That was a pretty sweet product placement. You know what else is sweet? Honey.
Honey, tell me about it, Luke.
Dude, you know how the holiday season is coming up and you're trying to find presents for all your friends? Well, Honey can help you with finding those. I can't fucking do
Honey can help you with finding those gifts by providing promo codes for
Hello Harem
at
HelloHarem.com.
Do we own that website?
No, we can't, though.
Honey can save you
Money. Use code HelloHarem whenever we fucking get it. Email us at the Hello Harem Podcast at gmail.com.
Follow us down at the Hello Harem Podcast at Spotify, Apple Music, and Instagram. Thank you. This has been...
And YouTube.
What?
You fucking rude.
Oh, but speaking of
Dude's not even a real patriot.
No, but before we get into the main topic, I just wanted, I don't think I told Luke or Jonathan. On our Japan Crate video, you guys can watch it. Hopefully I put a notification up like right here. But our buddy Maho put it on her Twitter, and Japan Crate actually liked the tweet. So we're one step closer to a Japan Crate sponsorship.
Step 1, like a tweet. Step 2, profit.
Yeah.
Step 1, like our tweet. Step 2, get noticed by Japan Crate.
Dude,
Step 3,
so we're in there.
Step 4, profit.
We're in there.
That's how we're going to get Oda-chan on the podcast. She liked one of my tweets.
Step 1,
Yeah.
they like our tweet. Step 2, they send us $2,000.
Step 4, we win.
Step 5, epic.
Step 3, nay on the podcast.
Yeah, but dude, like, let's be real though. Like, here at the Hello Harem Podcast, like, we don't need money because we got swag.
Alex, I want you to know you'll be receiving an email from me later today with my formal resignation of the fucking Hello Harem Podcast.
Luke, you signed a 2-year binding contract. If you leave this fucking podcast, there will be hell to pay.
This is actually an
I will
illegal
beat you
contract.
so hard with a sock full of water.
I will get Tim Misney
Dude, not
Get your
Disney.
ass.
Speaking of people that could sponsor us, Disney, make us pay.
Speaking of people that can sponsor us, NordVPN, help us watch hentai in Australia.
I want Tim Misney's meaty law fingers in my ass.
Can you say that about the Disney?
The Miz.
I can say it about the Miz. I don't even watch WWE.
Oh, you did? Then how'd you know he was part of WWE, silly butt?
Because I'm epic. Dude, I fucking...
Wait. You know she was holding a mint.
I'm gonna throw up.
Jonathan, put
I'm
your
gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up. Yeah, I full up.
Jesus Christ, man. Oh, I don't know what's going on. When did 02 start holding a mint?
When
Who did that?
Whenever she wanted
What
to
were
make
we-
it fresh.
Well, we were just shaking it now.
You know what's just as fresh as that mint? The Hello Harem Podcast and our swag.
A nice piece of Gouda lettuce.
and some
Bayonnes.
tomatoes.
Bayonnes.
Bayonnes.
Some fubuki
I'm
bread.
I'm proud of that. I'm proud
That's
that
pretty
blew
good.
up.
Correct.
That's nice, dude.
Oh god.
So apart from me, you know, my asshole gaping after that last little bit there. What's
Dude, that sounded like the
What's going
single
on?
most.
Today we are doing art in anime, so that's kind of all forms of art, whether it be from
I
the
can't
animation,
draw.
the drawing art style, sometimes CGI, and my favorite one is the music or the sound design in an anime. So we're kind of gonna try and do it all today. So it'll be a long haul of an episode. So we'll see what happens.
says you?
Says me.
Yeah,
But
you did.
let's get right into it. Luke or Anthony or Jonathan, why don't one of you start us off? Let's start the massive monster ahead of us.
Okay, well, you know, I guess we should start with the most prevalent part of anime, which would be the art style. I think that's a good place to begin this conversation. But what do I know? All right, so so you know, it's a good thing we're all on crack. Yeah, I dropped
Dude, it's not decriminalized here. We're not in Oregon.
We all dropped DMT right before this episode.
Joe Rogan, shout us out.
Don't.
Okay, let's actually get into
What
it.
about-
Give us a show.
All right. We're gonna-
I actually had one.
All right. Well, you go first then.
Well, thanks for asking, Anthony. Now,
I didn't ask.
let me
Just fucking go.
let me do this. All right.
We've been letting you do this for about 20 episodes now.
Jay, you're Skikon. You can do it. Come on,
No, my name is John.
Commander.
All right. So, you know, so. Fuck! All right, so we've all been watching this season a lot of really good shows. And there have been, along with that, a lot of very different art styles and ways that the animators have chosen to make the show to, you know, take it from a light novel that you read to a show that you can experience.
Homo.
So, you know, we've got all kinds of animation styles this season, and personally, I think that my favorite animation style that does the best job of making me feel like more immersed in the show has been Adachi and Shimamura. Personally, and there's a reason for that. So in this show, and you know, it uses a lot of other things too, but the art style and sound design that they use for that show does a really good job of portraying time and setting. In the earlier episodes, whenever they were talking about how they first met and they were up there in the ping pong room in the gym, and it was summer, there was the awesome sounds where you could hear the cicadas, and they did a good job of changing the lighting and making it feel kind of humid and things like that to really portray that it was summer and it was hot. And I thought that really helped me get immersed in the setting, and I thought that was a very good use of the animation. Luke.
Me?
Anthony, did you have a point?
Oh yeah, it was
Luke looked thoughtful. I thought he was going to say something.
compared to every other show this season. Adachi and Shimabura kind of stands out with the art style that they chose for this. It seems a lot more. How do I describe this exactly? I don't want to say like clean. It seems more
Polished?
No, I want to say like shimmery, if that makes sense. Everything all the other shows have more of like a flatter tone. If you think about paints, you have like your mattes, your glosses. This show is like a gloss paint. It really looks shiny. Like this is not a Mari from Sunshine reference. Like it really does. It looks very shiny and vivid. There's a lot the colors are all actually, to me at least, seem fairly monotone.
I think it's very
And they all-
pleasant.
Yeah, they all blend very well together. Where if you have something like Sleepy Princess, you have like bright reds, purples. There's so many different colors going on, and that's the theme of the show. But this one, all the colors are on like the same palette. Everything kind of makes sense to where it's at, and I think that really helps with the tone of the show since it's more somber and just more down to earth show in general.
It's really like laid back.
I was gonna say,
in a
yeah.
sense.
I feel like you're right. They do. I think they use a lot of like blondes and brown and gray and colors like that. That I think make it feel more like a real place. Because it is supposed to be like a real place. I think they're using more colors that feel true to life. Because in real life, everything's not purple, green, pink, like bright yellow.
Yeah.
It's more of like most colors that you're gonna see outside when we go outside are gonna be in those nice safe tones.
Mhm.
And I think they're using that as a way to make the show feel more like you can feel it, if that makes sense.
The art style overall really matches the tone of the show. Did you guys watch the most recent episode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This isn't really a spoiler, Jay, because it's just something I picked up on.
Go ahead.
But Shimamura, you know how she has like blonde hair, kind of.
Yes.
She mentions in the show that she needs to re-dye her hair, and they
Really?
show the color in her roots a different color as the rest of her hair.
She actually
that's
mentions
cool.
what her natural color is.
Yeah, I've never seen that in an anime before. Like if a character has blonde hair, like it's blonde, like that. It's almost like that's their natural color. This
Yeah.
is the first time where they were like, she dyed her hair and she needs to re-dye it. And I thought it was really cool that they actually put her roots as a darker shade as opposed to her actual hair.
I think it's really cool because this show it's using a lot of it's using a very safe palette, as opposed to like where they could do like they're not using colors that are complementary to each other to make anything really pop unless they really want it to pop.
Like
The little alien girl.
yeah, her
They
hair
use her.
is-
They use her because they want her to pop. They want her to shimmer because she's different somehow.
I mean, she literally shimmers.
Exactly.
Like she literally shimmers.
And it's also like they're using a very mid tone because they also could use like brown, green, and dark orange, and then those colors just kind of mush together, and this weird kind of there's no real difference. So they're using like it's between everything. It's very odd. It's a different palette than I'm used to.
I think it all flows really well together. And with you mentioning her hair, how they want that to pop, it really does make that color pop, and it shows that she's a fairly important character. Whether she is or not, I still don't know because I don't know what the fuck her role is in that show.
Donuts.
She was in a
Really?
donuts, and she was in a spacesuit for like 4 episodes.
I loved that space.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, that kind of shows that she's different. You have all the more monotone colors, and then wham, alien girl has blue hair that sticks out like a sore thumb, and I think that's super cool how they do that.
I'm really into it.
Mm-hmm. You know what shows like going from the complete polar opposite of Adachi and Shimamura?
I know what you're gonna say.
Is because you have the dry tones or like the faded down tones in Adachi and Shimamura,
Yeah.
and you just kind of mentioned how the one character has crazy like shimmery hair. In Higurashi,
Oh,
it's
not what
the
I thought you were
complete
gonna say.
opposite.
It's not what I thought you were going.
What do you
for.
think I was going to
I
say?
thought you were going to talk about Sleepy Princess.
No, but we can get there because the colors, they're complete opposites from Adachi
yeah.
and Shimamura. But in Higurashi, usually you have the main character having some crazy hair color. Every single person in that show basically has a crazy hair color.
I think it throws you off. Well, if you've seen any of that show, it's like broken up into a bunch of different arcs where each character kind of has their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes you think like who the fuck is gonna be responsible for whatever happens next, because you have 2 characters with green hair. Rika has purple hair. One has blonde hair. The other one has bright orange hair.
Pink, blue, like
Yeah, it's all over the place. So you really, I mean, obviously you know who the protagonist is,
Mm.
but you don't know who's gonna fuck things up next because everyone is in the running with their bright ass hair, and no one sits in the back left corner by the window.
No important character actually does. Not a single one. Or in Adachi and Shimamura, they don't sit in the very corner. They're in two separate rows, but they're not in the way back. I just, the little things I like to pick up on. I think that's really interesting. But in a Higurashi, you're right. You don't know who the fuck's gonna do something next. There's no, like Anthony said, the protagonist, which is I forget his name. I don't even care.
Guy with the annoying voice.
I'll leave it at
it's
that.
growing on me a little
Yeah,
bit.
the first episode kind of got me. I was like, it kind of turned me away from it. Not the show itself, but his voice was just meh. But you don't know what's next. I like that. It's
Keiichi.
like a guessing game. It makes the show a lot more.
Keiichi.
Yeah,
Keiichi, that's right.
Keiichi.
Yeah, it makes the show a lot more like on edge. It always keeps you on edge. You don't know what's gonna happen.
I vibe with that.
I do.
Yeah, that show is a pretty interesting art style in general too, compared to everything else this season, and from what I've seen in general.
Wait, Luke, did a Doga Gobo make that show?
No.
They didn't.
No.
It looks like their hair. The
Yeah,
hairstyle, the
I
hair
mean-
looks so similar to what
Well,
they
yeah,
do.
they do like the shine.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm doing this, I do want to say my opinions on Adachi Chimamura. I honestly didn't really want to bring it up, just because to me there's not really anything there super worth mentioning. Just because a lot of the show is a very, I'm gonna say this and then I want to back up what I'm about to say. It looks very dull and it looks very boring for the most part, and I mean that in the sense of the show itself looks like everyday life.
Yeah,
And that's the point of it. It looks dull, it looks boring. There's nothing really standing out between that and like if I just went outside and looked at a tree.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the color palette they went to, and it works for the show.
Mm-hmm.
It works for it, and I think that it's really well done, and I don't have any qualms with it. There's no problem with it. But I do think that in terms of shows that are airing right now, I think that like if you look at that or you look at that versus Higurashi versus Assault Lily Bouquet versus Sleepy
What's
Princess.
the Salt Lily Bouquet, Luke? What are you talking about? What show is that?
Epic Yuri thighs.
Yeah, thighs.
I'm not even talking about the plot of the show. I mean like just the art in general. Like
Yeah.
Assault Lily Bouquet is
What's
very
the salt, you mean thighs? The show thighs?
We'll just call it thighs from
Yeah, it's
now on.
thighs.
Continue.
Oh, are you done? You guys done? You done with your
Yeah. Continue.
But I think that when you look at like comparing those shows to that, it's just the abstract and contrasting colors in those shows just make everything stand out. Whereas Adachi Shimamura, almost nothing stands out. Even the main characters, I don't think stand out that much. They only stand out because that's what they want to do in like the scenes when they're in the classroom. Which those are my favorite scenes when they make basically black and white everybody else. Like they just dull their colors so bad they're almost black and white, and then you just see like Shimamura or Adachi, and they're like one of the only things colored. Even with their dark colors, they still pop in that scenario.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something I really like that they do. Also, Higurashi New is by Studio Passione that did Citrus.
Did they really?
They did Citrus. They did the fourth season of High School DxD.
Oh man, come on.
I remember looking this up now actually because I said that and then we were all scared for it. That's really the only things that are worth note. That they've
Notable.
done. Yeah.
Rip High School DxD season 4.
Looked like shit. Higurashi looks really good though.
Higurashi does look good.
Citrus looked really good.
Citrus,
I loved the animation in Citrus.
Citrus looks very different from Higurashi.
But the other thing I want to bring up is that the studio that did Adachi and Shimamura actually also did the first season of Quintessential Quintuplets.
Are they doing the second season as well?
I do not think so. I think it's a different company for the second season of that. Because like this company's doing the second season of How Not to Summon a Demon Lord, but I don't think they did the first one. But like just comparing those two shows to each other, they're completely different from each other as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just in the way they look. But they both still have like that common ground of it's just daily life.
Yeah.
Like there's no ecstatic colors everywhere. Signs don't pop out to you, things like that.
I think, Jay, you're not watching. I don't think you are, but I know two others here who will agree with me on this, or most likely will. I think the show with the most interesting art style and the most kind of refreshing thing that I've seen this season, and in quite some time with anime in general, is Dropout Idol Fruit Tart. I think there's a lot of things that show does right with the art and the style. So you've seen Chowder, right?
Yeah.
You're not watching. You're not watching Dropout Idol Fruit Tart, right?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so you know in Chowder how the design in their clothes kind of stays the same when the character moves. It looks like the design in the clothes are moving.
I love that.
They do that with the idol outfits in this show, and
Yeah,
it was so cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a bunch of little things, like if a character is having a monologue in a bottom left corner, there's like a gradient of dots coming in the top right corner, and the background's just kind of doing whatever. But it's super cool. They add in so many little things that make the show just a lot more interesting and artsy. I think it is extremely refreshing to see. The colors are very bright and vivid, and the one girl's eyes, instead of just having dots for eyes, she has these bright fluorescent pink hearts that are kind of glowing.
Yeah, they like never go away either. They're like her real eyes. It's so cool. I really like that part.
I really like her.
I do too. It's full of Yuri. That show is.
They
Yuri
just
on a
they
stage.
admit that they're lesbians in the middle of the show.
And it's cool because like when you have a character say something and then other characters in the background kind of doing their own thing, they'll make the characters in the background like these.
They're like triangles, like really long
Yeah, they're
triangles.
like long triangles with
big
heads. And it's like
bobbleheads.
their hairstyle's done in a very like
It's like a second grader drew them.
simplified way, but it's so cool the way they do that because they do
It's
it
really
often.
funny. It's super funny when
Yeah.
they start talking. Because then like they'll get sad and the whole triangle like bend down like that, like they're stick figures.
That show is really refreshing. I agree.
I think it's a sleeper, honestly.
100%. There's just a lot of interesting things going on with it that I think haven't been seen in a while. Like in anime, I've never seen them do that design for the clothes, like how the design moves. With the
I thought that
characters.
was a Chowder specific thing.
I've never seen another anime do that ever.
I've seen it in something, but I can't remember what it was. I know I've seen it in multiple shows. I'm like, hey, that's the Chowder thing.
Chowder created.
Yeah, that is the Chowder thing.
Chowder is the father of all anime.
Honestly, Chowder's probably the biggest show you could think of it from, though. You're not gonna think of another show.
I've
that's
never
done it.
seen another
I've
show
seen
that's
it
had
done
it.
before, and I definitely said that's the Chowder thing when I saw it in a different show.
Yeah.
Shouts to Schnitzel.
I feel like
Rada.
I feel like there was a character in the Amazing World of Gumball that had something like that going on.
Maybe I don't know.
I don't know. I didn't watch that show enough to really.
I didn't either.
I didn't. Yeah, I wasn't.
There was. It was the one hippie
Oh,
Is he a
that
fish?
guy.
school counselor. No, that was
No,
Darwin.
That's Darwin.
No, there was like a hippie school counselor. I think part of him did it maybe, but yeah, no, I can't like obviously I can't really think of another show that did it. So that's pretty neat. That's a cool.
It's a cool little quirk, neat little feature.
That's a cool Chowder reference that they didn't
Yeah.
drop it out.
Dude, is that a Chowder's reference?
Dude, is Chowder a JoJo's reference?
Holy shit! The entire show of Chowder is a JoJo reference.
All of JoJo's is a Chowder's reference.
What other? Do you guys have any other shows this season that kind of stick out for you with art, animation,
What
color,
about you,
sound?
Alex?
Anything?
Let me see. It's not the first time I've seen this done before, but Ikebukuro Escape Park has a very interesting art animation
I love that
style. It's raw. That's what it
Yeah.
is.
That's
It's
Doga Gobo.
That's Doga Gobo for you.
Yeah, it's super like rough
Yeah.
around the edges, and
I
I
love
love that style. That fits the show just like Adachi Chimamura fits
Mhm.
it. It's like show. Like it's so rough around the edges and in your face in a way. And that's what I think they're trying to represent in that whole show. I love that animation style. It's scratchy.
Yeah, I think it's cool. It's like they drew up all the characters in pencil and then left the trace lines in there. Like it's really neat.
Yeah, it is. I really
Yeah.
like it. They did the same thing with Sing Yesterday for me, except Ikebukuro is way better of a show. It is. It already is. There's actually stuff going on.
I don't know. I can't say that. Well, Sing Yesterday for me was lacking in certain areas, and it did piss me off a little
It
bit.
did not have a story.
I mean,
It didn't.
All right, but you can't use that as an argument because you've seen K-On! And Lucky Star, and you like both of those
yeah,
shows.
that's true. Those have no story.
There's no story.
That's fair, but they made it.
There's
they
a
made it
there's
really,
a setting. There's a setting for those two shows, but there's no fucking story.
Yeah, but I liked Sing Yesterday for me. I did. I enjoyed watching it, but there was like there was no interesting stuff going on. You know what I mean? There was nothing interesting. Ikebukuro has interesting stuff every episode. Like stuff that you think about. You're like, damn. And like I found myself like not actually rocking
the
in my
whole
seat.
thing about Sing Yesterday for me was it wasn't supposed to be like that kind of show. Really what it was described as is this more an extremely down to earth, realistic show. Like a guy works at a convenience store. He's got this lover's quarrel, and that's the show. That's what it was at its core, and that's exactly how it played out. And I don't know how you're disappointed by that.
I never said I was disappointed. I said I liked.
Well,
the
then I
show.
don't know how you're getting a gripe about that when that's the show. That's what it's supposed to be, and that's what it played perfectly as.
I mean, I can't argue with there. I'll just end the conversation with that.
The point's not the story.
Yeah.
I feel like this is an opinionated argument.
Yeah,
100%.
this is very
Yeah,
just like
easily,
this is
like-
easily.
I get where Alex is
Yeah.
coming from. He just didn't like it.
I'll level.
Sure.
That's
Man, more Haru for me.
I mean, it's just what's coming down to. Just Alex just didn't
Fine,
like
dude.
it.
I'll sell
Yeah.
fruits and being the G boys.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm with
it's
you on that one.
totally
Let's
G
do it.
boys.
Alex, you would not be Makoto.
G boys.
Alex, will you be my Makoto?
Only if you're my Takashi. Okay, let's
Oh,
move
no,
on.
no, just go ahead and make that yaoi. Please make a yaoi of me. So anyway,
Speaking of Yuri,
I said yaoi.
I said speaking of Yuri,
You
Assault
guys are
Lily.
dudes.
What?
Assault Lily. I know that wanted to be brought up. Was it on that list?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I guess.
Yeah, let's bring it up. Speaking of Yuri.
It's cool style. I don't know how to go in about that style, like, cause it's good. I don't think it's crazy original. It's original, but it's neat. It's cool style. Good show. Thumbs up. That's all I got.
What I'm gonna say is that I like how everything looks very soft in a hard environment.
There he goes.
All the characters look very soft. They're all very warm looking, if that makes sense. This sounds so
it's
fucking weird.
Like,
to
I don't know
describe.
how to talk about.
But like,
the show. He's doing a good job.
but you know what I mean. Like everybody looks really soft. It's not like Ikebukuro Escape Park where everything looks hard. It's a very feminine style. Ikebukuro is very masculine, and that's what they went for because it's a very masculine topic show. Whereas Assault Lily it's very feminine, but like The Huge, for example, which I fucking hate that name still.
the big.
They're still like they still look extremely hard. Like they look like they are not meant to break.
There's like no character outlines on anything. I think that helps.
Yeah,
keep it.
I like just the fluid style of them. They
There's no
look
hard
very
divide from the characters in the world.
like they look like they just flow from one color to the next, almost like a watercolor palette. It's just very soft. It's very warm. It's an inviting character in a world that's very hard, very straight and arrowed, straight edged, straight to the point, hard outlines and things like that.
I know. Since you brought that up, I noticed that in yesterday's episode with Didi when she was babysitting the new person.
Yeah,
Like I was looking at her hair and I was like, that looks fluffy.
I want to touch it.
yeah.
It was. I just thought it was interesting that you brought that up because I hadn't thought about that.
I want to put some of it in my
I
mouth.
have a specific image in my head of where I thought had that basically same thought for that show where it looked very soft.
Another thing that show does extremely well are the fight scenes. Those look to me really, really
Honestly,
good.
I do really like them. I mean, you can expect that much from the same company that did like Monogatari and Nisekoi.
Yeah, but honestly, I wasn't like expecting them to be that good with a show like this, where there's honestly not as many. There's not a lot of fight scenes.
Mm-mm.
There's been like
I think
three or
I
four.
was gonna say like I think 4.
But I mean, damn, I was pretty blown away with the first one that I saw, and I still am every time they happen.
I think that it's very fluid movement, which comes from the company. I mean, we did want to bring up Nisekoi and Monogatari anyway, but having that as the company for the show, like you're guaranteed just amazing animation. I think personally.
Yeah, I mean they have some of the biggest names behind them.
Yeah, I think like that's like a pinnacle of animation in my opinion.
Yeah.
Just the way that they fluidly move and how camera angles.
Now no one here has seen Monogatari, have they?
I've seen Bake Monogatari and Nisei Monogatari.
Did that studio do the same as Assault Lily?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they do like all Monogataris.
Yeah.
Studio.
So I mean, I don't have a comparison for that, but 3 of the 4 of us have seen Nisekoi, and that does look very fluid. That show looks very nice.
Yeah, that was a very well done show. It's a classic for a reason.
Studio Shaft.
They Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
There you go. Everybody laughed. All right. Anyway,
He said Shaft.
Shaft also did Madoka Magica.
That they did too.
Shaft did what?
Shaft.
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 Shaft did
Was it?
Madoka Magica.
Wasn't Shaft that movie about the Never mind.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
All right.
slaps the woman the one time.
What?
Shaft is like, I don't remember what he is.
Was it Bruce Willis?
No.
No, that wasn't Shaft.
No, Shaft and Bruce Willis have one very.
Oh no,
Orange
no, I'm
thing in
thinking.
common.
I'm thinking.
This is one scene where he slaps a woman in the face real hard.
Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah. Look. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shaft
Yeah.
and Bruce Willis are different.
Yeah. No, I was thinking. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was thinking of it. Anyway,
Unbreakable, maybe. That's a great movie with Bruce Willis.
that's. I don't remember which fucking movie I was thinking of now. I don't know the name of it. Whatever.
Seinfeld. But getting back into Nisekoi, you know what little thing that I really liked that they did? Remember that charm that he always wore?
Yeah.
Whenever that moved, that always
I
looked
did
super
really
fluid.
like that.
Whenever that thing would like sway, it looked so clean. I loved when it did that.
I really like the weird cut angles to their faces, like the weird face angles when they would speak, or like how it would zoom in on their mouths.
Oh yeah,
I really like that.
Yeah, Monogatari did that a lot too. Which metric ass ton of that. That show bounced around so much.
I really like it.
Like you'd have the screen at like someone's face. For some reason, it would go to like a lamppost, then their fucking shoe, then go back to their mouth, and then like the toothbrush.
Oh,
it just
the
the fantastic, the best scene in all of anime.
Yeah, that is
everybody's favorite scene in all of anime.
It was, dude. I hate to say it, but that scene was so well done.
It's really
It was
well
so-
animated.
It was literally done beautifully, and
Yeah.
it was
Good scene. Brush your
honest.
teeth. It's a good goddamn scene.
Yeah,
you
it's a-
say it proud.
Got a clean mouth
Great
now.
scene.
Yeah. Clean
Yeah.
her mouth.
Keep the mouth clean and the content dirty, goddammit.
I like that.
Any fucking-
But that scene was done magnificently. So good, man. Yeah, Monogatari. Watch it.
I plan on it maybe one day, kind of.
I will.
I gotta finish them
eventually.
all. I'm only 2 down. There's like 9.
14 of them.
Yeah, there's so many.
My next meme is Fate.
I want to do
Watching
Fate.
all of Fate.
Alright. That's fine. I'm
I
cool
did
with
the
that.
sad binge,
Cool
so
with
now
that.
my next meme is Fate,
The
and
Fate
then
binge.
I'm cool
the
with
Fate
Go ahead.
binge.
What's better than Fate? Fate hentai.
Destiny. Damn.
There's so much of it. There's so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it. Fucking.
There's a lot.
Yeah. All right. How do we smooth transition?
Speaking of being horny, let's talk about sound design in anime.
What?
Anthony.
Ooh,
We've been kind of doing that as we've been going.
Yeah, it's
anyway.
just, we're just kind of mentioning shows and kind of.
There's no split. We haven't divided.
Well, if we're
anything.
doing sound design, can we just we'll kind of rope it all into one with this show because I know everyone probably has a lot to say. Girls' Last Tour, in itself, every aspect is a work of art. To me, there's nothing wrong with that show. There's nothing they could have done better. They did everything how they were supposed to, and even better. They went above and beyond with every single aspect of that show.
Yeah.
That show is like Michelangelo learned how to animate, do sound design,
Literally.
and just he's like, "Yup, I got this right here." Because, like you said, there's nothing that is out of place, wrong. I have absolutely no negative things to say about that entire show.
The animators were like, boom, chicka boom. I got 5 on it. This was a great show.
But I really liked you remember the scene where they were walking through like the pipes? All that whole they were walking on the giant pipe.
On their way to the food factory?
I think it was right
that was like 3 episodes because they were telling stories the one episode, and then the next episode they found the eggs or something.
When they were walking, you would just hear little things in the background, like water dripping, or like even their footsteps. They were just done so well. There was so much atmosphere building in that scene, with not a lot of background atmosphere going on other than the pipes.
The whole aura of that scene was just like mildly intimidating.
Yeah.
They're on this fairly thin pipe, and there's nothing around them. So if they fall, they're dead. Probably. I don't know how big this place was because it was so dark you can't see anything. Yeah. You just kind of have them lit up on this pipe, and that was it. There you could maybe see a couple pipes in the background, but the sound played into it perfectly, where you were like, "Fuck! I really hope they don't fall because it would make me jump out of my seat."
It was like every sound was like emphasized.
I was gonna say you could pretty much say that about the whole show. Like the entire show, there's just something about the aura that's unsettling. You know, even in the scenes where like things were going really well and it was a very happy scene, there was always an undertone of maybe something bad might happen. Like
the thing is, like even when it was a happy scene, I put air quotes there for a reason because to like everyday life, that's not like a happy thing, but to someone in their situation, that is like pure joy. Like someone of us just stumbling upon some bread or maybe some beer, we're just like, cool, bread and beer. But to them, that is like the greatest thing they could ever find.
Oh, hell yeah, crackers and beer.
Yeah, really. It's just kind of shows the whole essence of the show. Like everything fucking sucks, and a little win is not just a little win. It is a fucking achievement that you found bread and beer.
And you vibe with that bread and beer.
The scene that absolutely destroyed me was... So the whole show is just grayscale, basically.
Yeah.
The only real color you get is from... what are the names? Cheeto and...
Chi and... I want to say Yui, but I don't think it's Yui.
It's you or
there's
something.
It's you. It's you
and Chi.
Cheeto.
You and Cheeto. They're like the only color you get, and it's a very dark green that you get from them, and then black hair, black hair, and then blonde hair, and that's it. Like other than that, it's so grayscale. The scene that absolutely destroyed me was when they were in that one apartment building, and then they added all the color to the world, and they had like the stencil drawings of like the bookcases and the pantry cabinet. They had a TV, nice chairs, a warm bed. When they changed up the entire art style for the show just to show what it would be like if there was like a sliver of happiness in their hopes and dreams, that crushed me. Just because they didn't just say, here's a scene, here's what they're thinking. They changed up the whole thing. It went from dark, just terrifying, depressing, to a warm, loving environment where it was just warm, welcoming. You had so many different colors. And that one broke me. That was probably the part of the show that actually broke me.
I wouldn't say the show broke me as much as it did just make me feel super weird.
Mm-hmm.
Made me feel really weird after we finished.
It was just kind of like you finish it, you're just like, all right, I watched that, I'm going to bed. Like that was...
It's like, because in reality, there are things you should feel sad about when the show ends. And then it's like, well, they're still alive. Nothing... I say this, I guess in quotation marks, nothing bad happened to them.
There's nobody left to like do anything bad to them. So
Yeah.
it's not like they're in like they're in danger, but not like from people. Like if anything happens, it'll be an accident. So it's like
I'm trying not to like make this based off the story or anything, but like
I mean, that's okay. Here's the story is part of the art.
I know
It really is. Like, it's not just because it's not visual or you hear it. Like, it's something you feel, and
'Cause,
that
like-
show definitely does that.
because here's the thing: if you put yourself in that scenario, how the hell would you react sitting there with just one other person? You're the only two people left alive, and you sit there and dream about a life that's happy.
they reacted like anime girls. You know, they did. They were like, "Oh,
But-
you're all I need."
I mean, like
No, I
they
kind of
didn't-
get what he's saying.
They didn't
like,
even do that. They were just kind of like, yeah, that'd be nice, but there's no way that would happen. They just gave up. Like they had a very nihilistic viewpoint on just that, not on life itself. That was just kind of something they were like, yeah, that'd be cool if we had it, but we don't, and then they left.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I get what he's saying. Is their whole life is extremely nihilistic, so that's all they
Mhm.
know. So they have this one little sliver of, or this thing they can imagine that maybe one day could have come true, but obviously can't anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And that's they're like, oh, this would be awesome. This would be great. And sitting there watching that, you're like, damn, this is really like, not so much like sad as fuck, like I want to cry, but just fuck. It really hits.
It's
and
heavy.
It is heavy. Heavy is the perfect word for it. And goddamn, they do a good job of expressing that through the art and the sound and everything in that show.
Like, on top of the story being like heavy and certain scenes like that, even like the background looks heavy. Like when they're walking through the city, they see those weird statues. Everything around just has so much weight to it.
The whole the world building in that show, the entire world that they're in is fucking crazy. They start off on like the lowest level, and they have to go through these giant buildings and these giant scapes to get up to attempt to get to the top, because they don't know what the hell's up there. Just everything around them it seems so massive. The scale of that world and that show just seems enormous. I think that is super cool to see, especially when they get into the city.
I think they did some of the best work of world building without specifically talking to the world. They did it through background images, things that they pass by, how they do it in the story. They don't specifically call out the world itself, but the world stands out the whole time, even though it is just the background and dark and bland and there's really nothing to it.
I always thought it was super interesting how they put so much like texture and like liveliness into the backgrounds, and then you have the two characters who, looking at them from just an outside view, there's not much going on.
They are like circles with
They're circles with some
colored
eyes
hair.
and
They've
a
got
helmet.
some rectangles, kind
Except
of.
for that
yeah.
one scene where you find out you kind of thick.
Which scene? I'm sure there's one I
at the
forget.
fish tank.
Oh,
A
yeah.
little thick.
Kind of thick.
Not
So
really.
she's got 3 circles.
Last thing.
All right, that was good. I give it to him. I give it to him.
My last point on this show is I'm going to bring it back to something Alex said was when they were on the pipes. I don't know if this is what they were going for, but you know how if you take away one of your senses, then it heightens the rest.
Mm-hmm.
And you mentioned how all of the background sounds were very like present, and there was a big emphasis on the background sounds when they were on that pipe. Do you think it's because they were in a very dark space and their vision was hindered because it was so dark? They couldn't really see anything, so it would heighten their hearing.
If that's true, if like what was actually meant to happen in the show, that's brilliant. Like that the creators and writers and painters thought of that. That's fucking genius. Like that they wanted the watcher to
Kind of
in a way be
it's just immersion.
G and you. That is brilliant. That's immersion at like that's great.
I don't know if that's what they were shooting for. That's just kind of what I thought of.
Mhm. If that was the case, that's genius. That is, I've never seen that in anime before, and if that was what their intention was, they hit it 100%. That would be brilliant.
So that could be it, but the other thing is that the entire world, in that scene especially, it's empty. There's nothing there, so sound's gonna carry no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
So I like the echoes of everything. Everything echoed in those scenes, especially like when rubble would fall and it would hit a pipe in the distance. You could hear it from that distance.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not sure if it was the fact that it was dark and heightened senses, or if it was just the fact that the world's empty. You're getting a lot of reverb from everything. There's
Yeah.
nothing for sound to not bounce off of and get absorbed in.
Either way, they did a great
did a
job of sound
fantastic
during
job.
that.
Yeah, overall, it was just the show was just fantastic. It was just so beautifully done. Like, I don't know. I can't really say much more about it. Like, it's to me, it's there's nothing wrong with it. It is 100% amazing, and the songs are so good.
The fucking
Like
raindrop song.
The raindrop song is all a cappella. I think there's like the only sound that's not made by a human voice is the raindrops. I think that's it. Everything else is a cappella. That is so cool. Has anybody picked up on that?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, that
Let me
bitch
watch
is
it.
a cappella as fuck. It's so cool.
That bitch is acapella. Beethoven. Alex, you spoke it like a true music creator. Like that is. Yo, step out the studio box. Hey, yo, that shit was hot. That was acapella as fuck. Holy shit, you're going platinum. That was acapella
You're
as
going
fuck.
to Vegas.
And you've won a new car. And I've hit Alex's mic, so you know you're not gonna hear him.
Am I buzzing?
That could gaga maggot. Welcome back.
All right, continuing on the epic feast that is art, animation, song, sound, the whole shebang, bang bongaloo. One of the most well-known shows of recent for how good the art looks, the story that is just out of this world popular would be Demon Slayer, and no one can disagree with me that.
Nope.
Nope.
So I'm gonna call this back to when I first started watching Demon Slayer. I hadn't seen much anime. I had seen, I think, Love Live, Darling in the Franxx, Konosuba, and most of Attack on Titan. Which, those shows look good in their own right, don't get me wrong. But watching Demon Slayer, I was engrossed with how this show looked because it was so different than anything I had seen. And I really hadn't seen that much, so I didn't have much of a basis to even make this claim. But holy fuck, this show looked gorgeous. The animation and art when Tanjiro uses his ability or whatever the fuck it is.
Breathing technique.
Yeah, holy shit. It is fucking crazy what they managed to do with this. And the biggest scene with the art and where everything kind of ties together for me, color, art, music, animation, where it all is this one clump of fucking awesomeness to me, is the fight scene with the spider kid
In the
woods.
forest?
Yes. So anyway, what I was saying about Demon Slayer is that fight scene with the spider kid in the woods. They combine the art, animation, sound, and everything just meshes together so well with that too. Make it such an epic scene. And I'm not saying epic in like the meme way that we always do.
No,
Like it really is, in the pure sense of the word, an epic scene that is just crazy. It's so good. I go back and I rewatch that every now and again, honestly, just because I'm like, damn, kind of want to watch that epic scene again. Yeah, it's so good.
I can't say the word epic unironically.
It's really hard. I really have a tough time doing it.
That whole show though is like painting. It reminds me of painting, like with a brush, like when he's doing his water breathing and just I don't know. It reminds me of painting with a brush.
Like Japanese calligraphy.
Yeah. That's a
Yeah.
really good way. And even like the outlines of the characters has like
Yeah.
that dark, black, like real dark, like calligraphy type look. The whole show has it. I really like that.
Thanks, Alex. I was gonna say, like one of like one of my favorite like things that happens in that show is whenever they're in that house with the dude with the drums. And what's his name?
Tanjiro?
No.
Zenitsu.
Thank you. Zenitsu, whenever he like blacks out and does his like thunder breathing technique, one of the coolest things that happens is his like eyes are closed and he like his mouth opens and he goes and he breathes out through his teeth and like smoke comes out. I thought that was the most kick-ass thing in the world.
Especially for his character. That was super cool.
He's such a badass whenever he's not himself. Like
when he's not simping for Nezuko.
as soon as he's in like mortal danger and he just like he just like blacks out and he just does thunder breathe. What's it called? Like thunder breathing.
It's technique 1 because it's the only one
he only knows one. It's called like strike and clap or something like something crazy, and it's so fucking cool. I think he has like the coolest technique. Personally, if he knew more of them, I'd be so much happier. But like, just that one is so badass. I hope he does some cool stuff or dies.
Yeah.
If I remember. Alrighty, that
dies.
All right, listen here. I have a lot of problems with Zenitsu. He's a shit ass character. I hope Nezuko dies.
I've got a lot of problems with this with Zenitsu. He's a shit character. Tanjiro's dick is huge.
One, if I'm remembering correctly, which I may not be, I think I saw a video talking about that scene with the drum guy.
Yeah.
And how when he hits a certain drum, it shifts a certain way.
Yeah.
I think there was something in that, like little that happened where they talked about how much little attention to detail they paid with that scene in particular in that house.
Mm-hmm.
I can't pinpoint it, but I remember someone talking about it. So if you go back and watch that scene, pay attention to the little details because I think they put a lot of effort into that. It's like they're upside down, little things happen that make sense on what would happen if you actually flipped the fucking house upside down.
I remember watching that scene because I was paying attention to the background and everything was still following the physics of where the house would be. So like banners were falling and they were like following where they.
That might be it. That's where
it was. Like I remember looking at the background, the banners would follow where gravity would be if the house was flipping.
That's pretty sick.
That's sweet.
Like every little object could follow it did.
Every object moved depending on where gravity was. Like if there was a shelf on this wall and it flipped sideways, that shelf fell down. Everything on the shelf fell.
That's fucking sick.
That is actually like one of my favorite scenes.
That shows. Whenever Tanjiro uses his super sniffer, and he's going, like whenever he's doing that, how they animate the scents is really cool. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like whenever he's smelling and like you can see you can see
the aromas.
Yeah, you can see the aromas.
Oh yeah,
that looks so cool.
The only thing that made me mad is when he's like, "I can smell that you're sad." Like, shut up.
I can smell.
Shut up.
I can smell.
I can smell that you're lying. Like, shut the fuck up.
I thought you were gonna say horny.
Yeah, I smell your emotions.
I smell your horn.
It's a trombone. Pull it out.
Right. Never mind. No.
I did really, really enjoy that scene, though. I felt like there was so much detail in it that they could have just completely ignored if they really wanted to, but for the sake of caring about what they were doing with the show, they really went all out with it.
Like, what if we were all in Demon Slayer, like the four of us, and we were Demon Slayers, but none of us used a sword, and we all used brass instruments? Like, I walk in with a fucking tuba, Luke comes in with a clarinet, Alex has like a fucking flute.
So we're pretty much sound euphonium Demon Slayer.
like the demons are like, yeah, we're gonna fucking eat you, and like fucking Luke goes. and I go, they come to attack us and we can't defend ourselves.
They're like, we're gonna come eat you, and I just go. Burr, 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 burr.
You're like doing that as my arms getting ripped off.
It's Demon Slayer, but none of us use breathing techniques. We just shoot the fucking.
We use breathing techniques, but only so we can support our notes longer.
Nailed it.
So when's Demon Slayer Sound Euphonium coming out?
X Hello Harem.
Demon X Slayer X
Euphonium.
Hunter
X.
X.
No, shut up.
The school band.
School Idol Project. Demon Slayer Euphonium School Idol. Hunter Hunter.
Demon School Euphonium School Idol in the Franks.
Demon Yuri's School Euphonium in the Franks.
Demon School Yuri Euphonium Idol Project in the Franks to the Starry Skies.
Gundam.
Dude, I forgot about the scene where Jay turns into a giant tuba, and then we all come together to form a giant fucking brass section.
I turn into a giant tuba and you all climb in through my mouthpiece as I shoot you out.
And we're like, breathing technique. And I'm like,
catch Luke diving head first, breaking the sound barrier directly into the pussy.
Thor's got like a piccolo in his hand. He's trying to play it, but the wind's not letting him.
Thor's flying straight at the fucking demon. He goes, yeah! And just like pierces his heart with 2 fingers. He's like, the demon's like, ah, no!
I killed him because I made him feel so awkward.
Luke's hair fucking braids down into a large brass instrument. That'd be fucking epic.
Oh, that'd be great.
Could you imagine if Alex was talented? I'm fucking kidding. You know I'm joking. I'm so kidding. You're a fucking great musician.
I'll just stand there and watch as Luke and Anthony soar across the sky.
I thought you were gonna say, Alex, you're such a great piece of shit.
That would have been nice.
Yeah, they're like flying at the demon, and Alex is standing there with a bag of Funyuns. Somebody open this for me.
Bag of Funyuns and some uncooked ramen noodles.
At the beginning of every battle, we give Alex a bag of Funyuns that we've covered in olive oil so he can't open it.
This will keep him busy for a few hours.
The whole time he's like, oh, God.
Let the adults do the work now. And Alex is just sitting there
He
like,
just keeps vomiting but for no reason.
he's like, that acid reflux really gets me in the heat of battle.
He's missing a leg, but he stands on one cock.
What?
I got good ideas.
Yeah, they're great.
Oh, I think we've covered Demon Slayer pretty well.
So if any...
Yo, this is an anime podcast.
So yeah, that's Demon Slayer.
Yeah, so let's talk about Luke's favorite show in the world.
What?
Go ahead.
What?
Talk
That's not
about
what,
talk
that's
about
not what I
Data-
was going
talk
for.
about Data Life.
No, it's
It's
not
Ancient Magus'
Ancient
bride.
Magus is
Uh-huh.
bride. What? What?
Just what's next? Just
The
fucking
show that
hit us
I
with
actually
it.
really wanted to bring up was Toilet Bound Hanako-kun.
I love that show.
I love that show as well. And I
great
told you to watch it. You said that sounds stupid as shit. Then you watched it. And you're like, hey, twins, watch it. The show's good. And I got pissed off because you took all the credit
And
for
then I
telling
was
me when
like
to
to
watch
Jonathan, that show looks like stupid as shit. And then I watched it.
You did do that.
And I was like, hey, I'll only watch this if you watch Bunny Girl Senpai.
And I did.
And now we're here. We've all seen Toilet Bound Hanako.
So that's where the horny came
And
from.
now you're caught up to the Hello Harem. So
There's the lore.
feel free to unsubscribe now. Yeah,
Please don't unsubscribe.
do it.
No, don't egg them on.
Listen to me.
Do it. No, but Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, those colors in that show.
Green.
everything
The
about
greens are super. The greens are like really vibrant.
Yeah.
No, he made it sound like there was one fucking color in the whole show. He's like, the colors in that show? Yeah, green.
I picked up a lot of like reds, oranges.
ton of reds, very
Lot-
dark
Brown.
colors.
Lot of green.
I was supposed to say, Nene was almost all like an orange shade.
Yeah. And
What, Thorpe? What's funny?
Don't laugh because I said Nene, you fucking...
It's good you said nay.
Dude, yeah, she's got a lot.
Oh god, that fuck. We've been memeing
Yeah,
about
she's
that.
really looking
Show
pretty
us what
fucking
you
good.
got, Luke.
All right, just get back into it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, all right.
I mean, like, the whole show is just... It's a comic book. That's how I would describe the whole fucking show. It's
So
super
it's like
cool.
Spider-Man.
No, she turns into a goldfish, dude.
It does actually, like, really remind me of Spider-Man Into the Multiverse. How they did a lot of the scenes.
Spider-Verse.
In the Spider-Verse. Yeah.
I
I love
that movie.
The whole movie's like got
That
the
movie is-
it's got cell shading
Oh,
through the
it's
whole of it, so it just
goddamn good.
it's got like the Borderlands look with the cell shading.
Oh, really?
The animation
Yeah.
enough is the animation in itself should be enough to make you want to watch it. It's like
so
you don't
good.
even have to like superhero. It's so fucking good. Like,
But-
I cannot recommend that movie enough.
That movie did a lot of what Hanako-kun does, which it's like, oh, these people are talking, and then it's like, here's a new scene, but instead of just switching, they just layer it over with like a comic strip over top of
Mhm.
it.
It's so cool.
It does that a lot in that movie too.
You know, it's been a
That's
while since
cool.
I've seen Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, and you just kind of brought that back. I completely forgot that they even did that. Like when they're talking about a scene, it layers over it with that scene in a completely different style than what the show actually is based around.
The other thing that I super, super liked is kind of like how Alex was talking about Monogatari, where they just like showed random things and it would just like zoom in and out really fast. I liked when they did that with the scene where they stacked it inside the one screen. So like this top corner would be them talking, then another corner would be what they're talking about, and then like in the bottom left to be like, oh, there's the tree that everybody falls in love with, and then it's like the stories in the other corner of like two people talking.
Mhm.
I loved that. Where like they were able to show the entire scene in 4 different blocks without jump cuts and everything.
That's cool. That's an interesting take on a way to do that. Kind of, I don't really remember that scene, but
I don't.
That's
It
good.
wasn't that scene in particular.
I don't remember. I don't remember them doing that, but I don't have a great memory anyway.
That
so.
show, like, it was a gem for so many reasons. Like, I don't want to go into another show like this, but like that show, he gave me so many reasons to love it. Like, the characters, like the story was amazing, the animation was great, the music was pretty solid. It wasn't great, but it was pretty alright.
I don't remember really any of it. Honestly.
The intro was really good. The intro was cool. Like, it wasn't really good, but it was cool.
I hated the OP. The
Really?
OP,
I just like how it
hated
started with the radio.
I did like the radio.
I really
was
liked
it.
that part. I did
That
like
was
that part.
it. Other than that, I thought the song
Mhm.
sucked balls.
Yeah, I don't know, that that show was just like, that was a gem. It was
Yeah,
a little
that's another show that just
kind of nailed it.
they nailed it, and just took a completely different route art style wise, and just killed it, like in a good way. I can't name another anime where it looks like that. They really did just.
Capybara-san.
Yeah, that's
No, that one did it really well too.
yeah, that one's
Great show.
A+.
Yeah, please, if you haven't already, like go watch Capybara-san. Like, you won't be disappointed.
We're on what, episode 8?
Yeah. I'm caught up.
Did you just unironically plug Capybara-san?
Do I look like I'm plugging that ironically? It's a great show. Go watch it. The first episode is a banger. They walk up a hill, they eat an apple, they walk down the hill.
What happened in the second episode?
They walk up another hill.
You know what I really liked in Bound?
Capybara-san realizes he forgot his wallet on top of the hill, walks up the hill, gets his wallet, walks down the hill.
Then a duck walks up to a lemonade stand.
Says to the man running the stand,
Hey,
We're
bum,
not
bum,
doing
bum.
this bit.
got me grapes. We already
No, but I really liked one, how all the characters kind of look chibi, and two, all the characters' eyes. I really like Nene's friend specifically. I really liked her eyes for some reason.
Oh, speaking of chibi, how's our little thing going along? Not to spoil anything. How's it coming along?
It's done. Oh, pretty much
it?
done. Yeah, it should be done here soon.
We just got to get the art sent to us. I think he's just putting the characters on the background.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we're pretty much there. We should have it.
Keep
pretty
an eye
soon.
out for
Cool
any
thing.
changes to our channel.
Yeah, YouTube banner gonna change here pretty soon.
Yo, Nene really be cute as fuck.
Nene's cute as
get
shit.
past that around the group.
Look,
You
No,
know,
like
she's-
it literally makes me mad.
She
how
is seriously
hard,
cute as fuck.
Because like the characters in the show shit on Nene so bad. She's so fucking cute.
that
Yeah.
show made me care for a radish.
It did. I was like, man,
Yeah.
radishes be out here.
You
Icons.
two,
I
shut
mean,
the
come on,
fuck
man.
up.
And
She's
dude,
fucking adorable.
dude, try and find a picture of her friend because her eyes always captured me.
So
For some,
cute.
even Nene's eyes. they
I like
captured me
Nene's
for some
hair.
reason.
How it
I
does
do
the
too.
gradient green to blonde.
Yes.
I like a clip.
Is her friend the purple-haired one?
Yeah.
Yeah, here she is.
She's cute as a button too.
She's so cute. She's
Let me see.
a peach.
Yeah.
Nene's a
Dude,
peach.
I love the eyes in that show. They're really cool.
The show itself is cool. I also
Yeah, the
hate
show's
that you said
amazing.
Nene and I had to stop myself from laughing.
I know.
Dude,
Let's
I can't say it without like
That's all I
know,
think about.
Like you just get fucking.
Nene.
I'm about to whip a Nene on this, bro.
like it's Nene, not N-A-N.
Yeah, my
N-A-Y,
favorite character in
N-A-Y.
that show was definitely Quan. I loved it when people hit him.
Dude, they were all bruh if you ask me.
Pretty epic Quan Chungus moment 420.
When Nene brud that cringe Nene baby. Kind of epic.
Then she hit the.
And then she hit the whoa. She hit the whoa on some cringe ass weeaboos.
Imagine being a cringe ass weeaboo.
Couldn't be me.
I'd fuck.
Yeah, dude.
I'm built different.
Just imagine.
Dude.
Could you just imagine?
Yeah, I mean, just.
I mean,
I.
Just imagine.
okay.
What's another show, Luke? What's on the list?
One that I see that I. Yes, that's it.
Yeah. Yep. Yes.
Shut
okay.
Yeah.
I know Luke and Jonathan haven't seen it, but you guys have seen enough clips from me and Alex shoving it down your fucking throats that you know what the art style looks like. That is Asobi Asobase. Now, Asobi Asobase does not look like your standard anime. It looks very rough around the edges. It's very similar to very similar to Westgate Park and Sing Yesterday for Me, but not in the same sense.
It's rough, and it's
rough.
It's a raw and rough looking.
I think
show.
with the colors in that show, it takes a very very light. They're very light colors. For
They're
just
light
about
and
everything.
they're dim.
They're
dim.
very
Everything's dimmed down. Like
if that makes sense.
it's like you have, it's like you turn down the saturation a lot.
And you up the whites on like everything.
Yeah. It has a very dry sense to it.
Yeah, that would be
Which,
very
again,
fitting.
Have some fucking water.
I can't.
Jesus.
There's a scene where it involves water in a
Moisturize
kiddie
with
pool.
The fucking
I
kiddie
use
pool.
Jergens.
But yeah, I kind of just wanted to mention that show because that's another one with the art style that I've never seen before, like in the realm of Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. Well, they're two completely different shows. The animators took
Just a weird turn, and it turned out
a
awesome.
completely different approach than what's normally done.
And while we're on this show, real quick, the songs for this show,
Fuck yeah.
specifically the ED, it's called Inkia Impulse. My God, I have never heard an anime song go harder than this song.
It's
Like,
a fucking metalcore song.
Like, if you want to get pissed off and like put your head through a wall, this song's gonna do it. It is so fucking heavy.
Also, last thing I'm going to say about this before we move on, the voice acting. I think that falls under like sound and art because that really is like an art style to do. But the voice acting in this show is so through the roof,
Dude, it's like
so over the top.
It's like cancer.
It is
like
ridiculous.
It's seriously like cancer.
but like good cancer, you know.
I mean, I'm a Leo, so I can't relate.
Yeah, it's like
Virgo.
Luke.
Cancer, honey.
It's like Luke.
Leo.
But
Leos
I can't relate.
aren't cancer.
Doesn't matter. He's what is the little lion?
Yes.
Yeah, just imagine a lion with cancer. It's like that.
Come to the Cleveland Zoo. We got a lion with cancer.
Why did that actually hurt my feelings?
I'm not saying you are cancer. I'm saying you're a Leo.
No, imagine Luke.
No, dude.
He's a lion with cancer.
No, dude. Leos are cancer. Hashtag Gemini.
Alex, we're Pisces.
It's just Pisces.
Just because you're
things.
twins doesn't mean you're a Gemini.
What? I'm not getting into astrology. I don't know.
That would be kind of epic, though.
All twins are Geminis.
All
would
twins are
suck.
That'd be
Gemini.
crazy. That'd be nay.
Dude, that'd be a pretty bruh moment.
I'm a Virgo.
You're
You
a
mean
virgin.
Give me a high five, brother.
That's what Virgo is. Virgo the Virgin.
All right, cringe boy, shut up.
You know, I'm really sorry for anybody who's not watching this that doesn't speak English as their first language because we've said that's a bruh moment. And
Cringe.
Can you imagine like somebody that like watches this and they use one of those softwares that like translates things?
there's no translation. It's like it just directly translates like that's a bruh moment.
That's a ... moment. Like what are they
Like
saying?
Jay said that that they're the pretty quan and that they're gonna hit it. Like what the fuck would anybody think that means?
Means they got a clean pair of sneaks.
And a designer belt.
No wonder English is so hard to learn.
Because idiots like us make it so challenging.
Because I Heart Memphis made it hard.
Yeah. He
Heart
sucks,
Memphis
dude.
made me hard.
I got a story about I Heart Memphis. I got a story about the Quan. So once upon a time, we were sitting in the twins' living room, and we had all just learned how to hit the quan, and we were hungry, but there was no food around. So Justin goes up to his room and comes down with a box of 400 pre-packaged
Eucharists.
Eucharists.
Wine.
Yeah, so we sat around. All of us just kept eating the Eucharist and hitting the quan for like 3 hours. It was fucking awful. Because we would be sitting there like, hit the quan, open it up, eat the body of Christ, drink the blood of Christ, hit the quan, hit the quan.
This definitely is gonna blow anybody who just does not speak English first language. That just blew them away with what the fucking words you just said.
Hitting the quan and eating the body of
We
Christ.
ate the Eucharist while hitting the quan all night. Everyone's gonna be like, is this drug lingo? Like
No, we literally took the Eucharist and hit the quan for
like tell me that doesn't sound like underground drug lingo. Like, oh, you guys want to hit the Eucharist? You guys want to take a Eucharist and hit the quan?
You know those
hit the Eucharist.
Take a quan.
do you guys know
Body
like,
of Memphis.
those religious ads where they like walk with Jesus?
Yeah.
Hit the quan with the Lord. I can just imagine like it's on an ad, like it's on one of those boxes of Eucharist.
Quan with our Savior.
Jesus, Memphis.
Let Jesus teach you the quan.
With our special guest, I Heart Christ.
Jesus, I heart Memphis Christ. Some didn't know that's Jesus' middle name.
Do the quan with Jesus. it's like me and Anthony. I think Luke grew up in like a Catholic school too. I can just like imagine. Remember those religion books we had?
Yeah.
I just imagine like it's like an ad in one of the religion books. It's like hit the quan with
Were
Jesus.
those religion books kind of cringe?
They were
Yes.
always cringe.
All the time.
All of them.
How
The
so?
pages were weird. They were like
They were coated in like
They were-
It was like lacquer almost.
yeah.
like,
It was like a lacquer.
Like it wasn't like paper. It was like if they printed it on pieces of plastic and then they like shaved the plastic.
and our
to-
teacher's like, "Oh, you can write in the book." I'm like, "Motherfucker, I can't write in the book because
If
my
you-
pen nor
yeah,
pencil
no.
doesn't show up."
pen would be okay. It was pencil, which everyone fucking had. It wasn't okay.
Especially mechanical pencils. Those always tore the pages and they never showed up in the fucking book.
I don't.
Dude, honestly, I might still have one at home from like when I was young. My parents keep stuff.
Like the way I just described the pages is so stupid accurate. And
It's
it
fu-
makes,
Yeah,
like-
it's like
Yeah.
a lacquer.
it makes no fucking
Like,
sense.
yeah, like how you described it. Like I get what you mean. I don't know what that would feel like.
It's so fucking whack. And then like, did you guys have to learn cursive?
Yeah,
Yeah,
second
absolutely.
grade.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys like, did they ever have you like force like write down a whole paragraph in cursive?
All the time.
So at my school, you had to write it all in pen, and if you ever messed up, you had to rewrite the whole fucking thing.
That would suck
Sucks.
ass.
I went to public school, and so in second grade, only the kids that got good grades were allowed to learn cursive.
What?
How is that?
I swear to God, if you weren't getting good grades in English and reading, then you weren't allowed to learn cursive. They instead, while the other kids learned cursive, they would send you to a different room to work on your reading and your English. And I never paid attention in school, and so I basically almost failed out of every grade I ever was in. And so I never learned cursive because I didn't get to be in the room when they were taught how to do it.
That's such
Whoa.
weird
Yeah,
gatekeeping.
they sent me to another room where I had to sit there and listen to the teacher talk about like oh, this is a vowel, like that kind of shit. Like I wasn't allowed to learn cursive because I wasn't
That
smart
is
enough.
the weirdest thing
That's
I've ever heard be
weird.
Right?
gatekeeping.
You do
Don't-
not
Yeah.
have to be smart to learn
Yeah,
cursive.
my
It
sis-
is just
It's
squiggles.
it's circles.
My sister knows how to do cursive and I don't because Jenna they taught her how and they sent me to a different room.
Jenna's class was probably one of the last years to learn cursive, wasn't
Yes.
it? Because
Yeah,
they don't teach
They
it
don't teach it
anywhere
They
anymore.
don't teach it anymore. But I think Jenna was in like the last class to learn
Because there's
cursive.
no point to knowing cursive. It's
No,
so
it's
I don't
so
know,
useless.
but
dumb.
I
It
think
looks
it's
cool,
so
like-
cool though.
My grandpa
looks
like
good.
exclusively writes in cursive.
I like cursive. I still think it should be taught.
when he sends me letters and shit, like it's all in cursive, so I can read it.
Yeah.
Can't write it. Don't know how.
That
No, I can't. Like I swear to God, like if you gave me a piece of paper and like write "thank you" in cursive, I can't.
Well, it looks in cursive. It's be easy to read. It's not so far away from just regular English.
There's just a very
It's just
certain
like
technique.
the only
to
thing I
write
can really
it.
think of is like the S
is like a weird teardrop.
Not even. It's,
T's look weird as fuck too.
T's are just the up, down, and
They kind of have a little
cross it.
swirl in them though.
They
a
go
very
like down
thin
and they
swirl.
have like the weird swirl there, and then it's like a weird flick up there, and then like I have an F, so it's like a loop and then out, and then you have to go
B.
like, over.
B is weird. You go up, down, and then you do like a.
And then you do a little hook.
Yeah,
like,
B's are a little weird.
Welcome to the Hello Cursive Podcast.
So
like
ours-
B's are just L's with little hooks on
Yeah,
them.
B's are just L's with hooks.
I have to write in cursive when I write L's in my classes.
Y's are weird. You go up. It's like a hump,
Oh,
hump down, and
yeah.
a crossover.
That's
yeah,
a Z.
You go
That's a
like
Z?
zoom.
Yeah, that's a Z.
Y's are like.
Oh,
Y's
Y's
just
are
go
go-
up, down,
and then
up,
you go.
and
They
then
have
you do
like
a
they have a
little
loop at the
swirl.
bottom.
down like
Yeah, you
that.
do a little loop.
Yeah, Z's
no,
are two
Z's
humps.
are weird as fuck.
Z's look nothing like a real Z.
No.
We'll teach you cursive when we get back.
Yeah.
It'll take
the
fucking
cursive
5
will
minutes.
be in
Yeah.
the description.
And it's like
Yeah,
and it's
I
weird
wasn't-
because
I wasn't taught.
capital letters are a lot of them are different from lowercase. I think
yeah, B is the same, D is the same, A
no,
is the same.
B's are
Oh, I
little-
meant like
B's-
in
B's are
terms
little-
of
Like
actual B's
Oh.
when you just write in handwriting.
Yeah.
B's are
A's
kind of the
are-
same.
A's
D's
are
the same.
similar.
A's are similar.
A's
to,
don't have a
A's are
cross.
A's are just really big.
Circles. They're
Lowercase
big
A's.
ovals.
Yeah,
They're just big
ovals.
lowercase A's.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Public school was a trip, dude.
I went there for a little bit.
No, I was
went
there
there
the
in
whole
high
time.
school.
Yeah, I know you were.
In the like whenever I was in elementary school, there wasn't enough room in the big building for all the kids because I went to public school and there was an overflow of students. So they built these 2 auxiliary trailers outside the building. So every day when I would come to school, I would go to homeroom and they'd walk us out of the building outside to these 2 like trailer things outside.
Was that at Mason?
Yeah.
I remember seeing those trailers.
Yeah, that's why I
Yeah, in the back by the fields.
because I had to walk out and go there.
We actually
That's
had one
weird.
of those at my school, St. Peter's.
Yeah,
Except it
that
was
was for the
it was
smart
for
kids.
Yeah, it was for kids who were learning algebra.
Or I think they had it for kids that were didn't have a disability, but they were slow learners.
Mhm.
They would go to the trailer to like
Get extra
get a
help.
slower pace and get extra help.
That's what we had the trailer for. I think was
Mhm.
slower.
Second and
Yeah.
third graders were in the trailer. After you got out of third grade, you got to go into the trailer.
I have a funny story about the trailer in
I
gym
got
class.
I got Bakugan banned from my class.
What?
I used to take the Bakugan and roll them under people's desks like to the teacher's feet. Like I would take them and roll them between the desks and try and hit the teacher's feet with them.
House, what's your story? Because
What?
I think
So that was cool.
you might be mixing. I don't know. Go
No,
for it.
no.
Go
I'm-
for it.
uh,
I'll tell you
I
if
have
you're
2
wrong.
stories at gym class and a kickball.
All right, let's go. Here.
Yeah,
let me
so
hear
the
one.
first one, me and Anthony had this a gym teacher called Mr. Norman. Dude was old as dirt, but he was
He was at least forever.
He was stern.
he was
Stern
we called him
as fuck.
Stormin' Norman, if that helps at all. He was very serious. So we were playing kickball one day, and I forgot my gym shoes, so I'm playing in like school boots. They were like boots. Seriously, they were like boots.
Oh, they were like clogs.
Yeah, they were like
No,
clogs.
me and Alex liked
The
like
thick.
brown thick boots.
brown
for
They
school
had
shoes.
like they were like loafers, but they had such thick fucking soles.
Really,
Yeah, they were like this thick of heels.
Yeah.
On them. I felt like I was wearing platform shoes.
Anthony and I had ours were like an inch
Wore
above,
Nikes.
Yeah,
and
and they were like mandatory inch tall
Yeah.
fucking heels too. It was weird.
So I'm playing kickball in my boots, and I'm up to kick, and our trailer, like if we have our home, like we're staring at home base, the trailer is just about to the right
to
at
the
a
right of
diagonal.
first base.
Yeah, the trailer's just behind first base by I don't know, 15 feet. So and it has this guardrail on it, like the ones you see on the streets, like the metal guardrail with the little 2 humps in it. So Alex is up to kick. The person rolls the kickball, and I go. I'm just ready to fucking sail this thing. Like for some reason, I'm just hyped to play kickball today. So I fucking sail this thing, and instead of going far and high, it goes fast and to the right, and the kickball gets lodged in between the trailer and that guardrail and just pops, and it gets like stuck there. And our gym teacher was like, "Holy hell! You just popped the kickball!" and yeah, I popped the kickball. But there's another story with my boot. I don't know if we were on recess on the big playground, and our school has a flat roof.
It was on the little playground, I think.
Was it?
It was the little one.
And it doesn't matter what playground we were on because the shoe destination is the same. So for some reason, I'm like kicking my feet in the air, and I just wail my right foot. My shoe flies off. It goes like 30 feet in the air and lands on the fucking roof of the school. And I'm like, I have to go the rest of the day without a fucking shoe on. And I think like months later, they had a roof guy come and my shoe eventually came down and they gave it back to me, but it was like all moldy. And
You want to hear a funny story?
Yeah.
2 of those exact things happened to me in grade school as well.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, I was wearing my big boots. We were playing kickball, unironically, and instead of me kicking it and lodging it between a rail and a trailer, when my boot made contact with the kickball, I popped it instantly.
the ball
engulfed my shoe. I kicked the fuck out of this ball.
What cheap ass kickballs did you guys have?
Dude, these are the ones.
I think the twins have just always been Yoons.
And then it was a day we had gym class. So when we had gym class in school, we wore different uniforms to school.
Yeah.
Like sweatpants and a t-shirt and some gym shoes. I'm wearing my gym shoes, and we were playing on the little playground, and we would always play football and punt the ball back and forth. My ass punts the ball, and my shoe goes onto the fucking roof. And I don't.
Damn, Luby boys.
I don't get this
The
shoe
Ruby
back.
boy.
So me and Alex have kicked 2 shoes, popped 2 kickballs, and one other story about Alex. It's another gym class story.
Oh god.
We were playing, I think it was softball outside, but not with a hard ball. I don't know what we were using.
Wiffle ball?
Not a
It's
wiffle
like one
ball.
of those foam ones.
I can't remember exactly. It was enough that someone could throw it and you could hit it with a bat, but it wasn't like a regular softball. No, it was a tennis ball actually.
Oh, okay.
Alex is like on second base, and for some reason he fucking beams this ball.
I don't remember this.
Not straight and low, high and far. And he throws the ball onto the roof. And our gym teacher got so mad at Alex for this. He's like, Mary Christ alive!
Yeah, I remember that. So like, I was just standing, like I get the ball, and instead of like throwing it to like first base where the person's going, I just fucking throw this thing as far and high as I can. Like it goes over everyone and onto the fucking roof. Our gym teacher was so pissed off, man.
I thought you were going to... I honestly thought you were going to tell a story about that girl in your gym class that ate shit.
Okay, can I say this?
Go ahead.
Just quick one, and then we'll get back into ours.
All right, so I'm not going to say her name. God bless her soul. She's not dead or anything. Just God bless her soul. She was a really, really talented artist. But we're playing kickball one day, and this was the quiet girl. She did not say a fucking word to anyone. She didn't raise her hand. She did no volunteer stuff. She had like her group of friends with like 2 or 3 other people, and that was all she talked to. And she hardly talked with them. She was quiet as a fucking mouse. So we're playing kickball one day, and she's on third base, and she's ready to score the point, and they roll the ball. The ball gets kicked, someone catches it, and she's running for home base, and she's not the fastest runner. And someone, so we played kickball. Like if you got hit with the ball, you were out. Someone throws the fucking kickball. She's mid sprint as fast as her little legs can go, and it gets lodged in between her legs, like putting a stick in a bicycle spoke, and she flattens the fuck out, man. Like I've never seen or heard the sound of someone hitting concrete so fucking hard. And she's down for the fucking count. And to make matters worse, she came in a week later in a fucking wheelchair.
And for the rest of our high school, or the rest of our grade school career, this was in like 6th grade. So we went from 6th, 7th, and 8th is when we were in this school. She was on crutches the rest of the time
And like
we were in school.
And like her 2 friends, when she was in the wheelchair, would like play with her in the wheelchair. Like,
That's so
if I recall
sad.
correctly, oh my god, dude, it was so. The sound was like smacking a steak on a table. I felt so.
I
fucking
have a
bad.
conspiracy theory that she stayed on the crutches because she didn't want to go to gym class anymore.
Yeah, dude, she was just down for the count after that. That was wild.
I mean, I hope she's okay.
I hope she's
it's
doing all
unfortunate
right.
that she had to get a wheelchair for that. That's unfortunate, but
They would like play with her in the wheels. Like,
oh my god, I can't.
grade school was insane.
Just timing was perfect.
You
I-
guys had a crazy grade school. Like, there are some stories we can't tell on this podcast.
Oh yeah. There's.
I've got 2 quick stories from mine. One, a kid kicked a volleyball in my grade school, broke his fucking ankle. Like people saw it and they talked about it. And they're like, yeah, he just went to kick the volleyball, like a fucking retard would. And he kicks it, and his foot turned backwards.
Oh my god!
Like he was done. He was done for the fucking year.
How did a volleyball do that to someone's bone?
They're like, yeah, that's why you don't kick volleyballs. I was like, what was in the volleyball?
Cement.
Volleyballs are not like really hard.
No, that's
you hit them with your wrists.
That's why I was like, what the fuck did he
You
kick
hit
it
your
with?
fingers. Like you lock your thumbs like that and hit your thumbs.
And then you fucking dink donk it. You don't cross your fingers because that'll fucking hurt your fingers. You fist. You cup your fist
like this,
and then you bonk it.
I watched Hark.
Yeah, we've seen Hark on receipt.
Yeah,
But
play
fucking
ass.
yeah, that was a
Continue.
career-ending
Dude,
ankle.
easily.
He's not going to the pros anymore.
Yeah, that's the end of his football career. The other story is we had a substitute teacher, and I think it was 7th grade, and this woman was weird looking. I mean, like she had like all that makeup on that you don't need. Not like how most girls do their makeup where they put a shit ton on, but they look really good and it's fine. And I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Like she had like clown lipstick on. Like her face was a different color than the rest of her body.
Circus.
She was the whole ass circus. And so she shit talks the one problem kid in the whole fucking class. The whole class, there was really one kid that ever caused like bad problems.
Mm-hmm.
She decides to go after him because he was causing problems. And he looks her dead in the face and says, I don't need to take this from a clown freak like you. And I swear to God, the whole class went quiet. She walked out of the room, came back. It looked like she cried.
Oh, that's so
unfortunate.
sad.
And then she's over on the computer in the room because there's only one computer in the whole fucking room other than the teacher's computer.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you guys do like reading tests, like accelerated reader or anything like that?
Yeah.
That's where we did all the tests. Were on that one computer.
Uh-huh.
She goes over to the computer and she's just sitting there and she's like, just do whatever the hell you want. So we're just sitting there and the one kid looks at the screen and he just goes like this and covers his mouth when like you can tell that he's just like gasping basically.
Mm-hmm.
He goes into his notebook, writes on a piece of paper. He's like, she's looking for another job.
Nuh-uh.
She had up like the substitute teaching website to find a different fucking location.
Holy crap, dude.
She was gone the next day.
That kid literally ruined her entire career.
She was gone the next day. The principal came up at one point and she's like, you gotta apologize. That was rude. And he's like, no, I don't. She's a freak. And I was like, dude, you need to calm down. He's like,
dude,
I don't need to take it from a clown freak like her. And I'm like, dude, you need to stop.
that's so mean.
I was like,
I only have like 2 stories, and one of them's like not even a story. It's really quick. So one time we were in class in the 4th grade, and my teacher, I ended up having his wife later in school. Like he was my 4th grade teacher. His wife was my 7th grade teacher. So like, and I went to a different school.
Oh, that's
like,
weird.
Yeah, they were both cool. I didn't really like him as much, but she was really sweet. So like we were in class one time learning, and I had one of those like little staplers that you buy at the school store. You know what I'm talking about? And I was sitting there playing with it, and I put a fucking whole staple through my finger. And I fucking stapled my finger, and I went, ah, like that. And he turns around and starts yelling at me. You just interrupted my class. It better be something good. There better be blood.
You said there better be blood?
Yeah.
that's what like my teacher
Yeah.
would say too. Like if anything happened, they'd be like, there better be blood.
Yeah, and I turned and showed on my thumb, and he went, oh! And he took me to the office, and he gave me a detention for interrupting class.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, the other one was my 5th grade teacher, who was this Greek guy whose name I couldn't pronounce if I tried. But he was like the nicest dude in the world. But he had this disciplinary program thing that he would do. Like if a kid was causing problems, instead of yelling at them and sending them out, he still wanted them to learn. He had a desk set up by the window in the back of the classroom that looked out the window towards like the playground and stuff. And it was just like, he's just like, sit there, cool off, relax. When you're ready to come back. It's cool. Like he was like, he took like a really cool approach to like.
Oh, so he did like the go to the no corner and when you're ready.
Not even that. He would like ask you like if you were causing a problem. If I was like, he sent me there all the time, but like if I was like talking a lot or causing a big problem, he's like, John, you need to take a break. And I'd be like, yeah. And he'd go like, I would just go sit there for a couple minutes, and then he'd be like, you all right, buddy? And I'd be like, yep. And he's like, come on back. And I'd come and I'd sit down. But like, he didn't want you to like not be able to learn. So he was like really cool, dude. I loved it.
Yeah.
Really cool way to take discipline. But he used to send me over there so much that when I started coming to class, I would just go sit there as soon as class started. And like, he had name tags on our desks. And so for like the whole year, my name tag was on my desk. But like later that year, I came in one day and my name tag was on the desk in the corner by the window.
Oh, that's epic.
Yeah, he was really cool. He really liked me. He was a nice dude, and I hope he's doing well.
That ended wholesome.
That's
That
epic.
ended wholesome.
Yeah.
It is. I like that.
Damn, I really went on a grade school tangent there with everybody.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah.
I know that we're reaching the end of what we wanted to talk about, though.
Yeah,
I have one show, and then there's
Mhm.
one topic left.
Is there maybe we're thinking about the same thing?
Is there a side show that you have?
There's one more I want to hit.
I'll bring my show up. You bring your show up. Does anybody else have a show?
I don't really have much, no.
Cool.
And then we'll go into the last thing.
Yeah.
That works.
So I wanted to bring up Madoka Magica.
Mm-hmm.
That show is so fucking cool. That's a Shaft, actually, that did.
Yeah, we were talking about that
Monogatari,
earlier.
yeah. They do Monogatari too. And the thing that I loved about Madoka Magica was that it went from just this weird, rough, almost sketchbook animation.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they entered the Labyrinth of the Witches, it took this weird, realistic, like carpet show approach.
Yeah, I was about to say, it looks like a fabric moving along the fucking screen.
It's so fucking weird to watch. Like the first time you see it, you're taken so far back because it looks gross, which is what it's meant to do.
Yeah, the colors, they're like, I don't know, they're weird, but they make you feel like looks like gross, like man, this is fucked up. You shouldn't be here. That's how it made me feel.
Like a lot of
wrong.
it went from like all the characters almost look like they're colored in with colored pencil,
Mm-hmm.
and they're really light shaded colors. Like it doesn't have the hard like digital coloring that that every other show does. It's like if you put a piece of paper down, drew a character out, and then you like lightly shaded it with colored pencil. That's how I would describe every character's color in that show, especially the eyes. The eyes so fucking cool. And then when you enter the labyrinth, it's all really hard, dark purples. There's like strong colors. It's like if you took a rug, cut it out, and then you made it move.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's
they literally
so-
put like
that's strange.
physical
That's
things
weird
in
for
the
me.
labyrinths. It was
so
weird.
That's cool. That's a
I mean,
very
it was
very
super
neat approach.
But
And that goes right alongside with the soundtrack for it. Connect by Claire is the OP for the show. Banger and a half.
banger.
Magia by I think it's Calafina is the Labyrinth song.
The labyrinth song's fucking
The
awesome.
Labyrinth song is so fucking good. Like it really just gives you like the sound of this is a dangerous place.
Yeah,
to be in.
it's like going to fight a boss in a video game. Like it's intense music.
It's super intense. It's completely different from like outside of the labyrinths and everything in every sense of the word.
Yeah, that show takes a really creative aspect to animation.
It takes abstract animation and pushes it to its absolute limit because you're in this world of just moving objects. It looks like someone has like just puppets on
They
sticks.
do look like puppets.
They look like puppets
little,
on
like,
sticks, and it looks like they're going across the screen like that. And then you just have like these animated girls walking across the screen. It's so cool. I cannot praise that show enough
it's
for what
intense. It's intense to watch.
they did. It's also fucked.
It's fucked.
Yeah, that's
100%.
that's on my list of
It's fucked.
something I need to get to. Definitely.
Rip my blonde homie.
R.I.P. Blondie.
There's three things I want to mention before I'm all done and tapped out. The last one I'll get to last because I think it's a much bigger topic. But the first two, one is soundtracks for two shows, Darling in the Franxx and Clannad. I don't want to spend a lot of time on these. I'm just gonna say this.
We've hit them before.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this. Whoever did the soundtracks to both of those animes really hit the nail on the head there. With Clannad, you have some songs that are more uplifting, and then you have songs that just make you feel like a piece of shit and make you very sad too. Where if I listen to them now, I'm like, oh fuck, you're about to get depressed.
Yeah, it's like every song attaches itself to a scene.
It is, and it's very heavy emotionally. But I find myself going back to these songs weekly. I mean, all the time. I'm always listening to these songs.
They're phenomenal songs. That the music in especially Clannad, I can't praise enough.
Yeah,
it's so beautifully
so
done.
amazing. I love the instruments, the notation of everything. It's a very well put together soundtrack.
Mhm.
And the same thing with Darling and the Franks. It's
Yeah.
very well put together. It fits the show to a T. I mean, they just did a fantastic job with the music of those shows. And the second topic was the art style for mainly the eyes in shows like Clannad, Canon, Bridge to the Starry Sky,
Lucky Star.
Lucky Star, and Shuffle. That animation style is it's much older than where we're at now. But I mean, I know Alex is with me on this. We appreciate that so much. It is such a unique style.
It's almost like a lost art.
It really is. I think it looks awesome, and I love seeing shows when they do that. It really made me essentially finish watching Shuffle.
Finish?
We started it. We did the one episode.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
attempted to binge it, but it was 24.
Yeah.
And then last show I want to talk about, for me at least, you guys can bitch off and whatever. Violet Evergarden. That to me, I think it's the most like beautiful show that I've ever seen, with animation, art, and music alike. Everything meshes perfectly with that show. There's nothing bad I can say about that.
Mhm.
And I said that a few times during this podcast, but this is the one where I think it sticks the most. That show is just absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah,
Kyoto Animation really, really hit a home run with this one.
Like, if I could take an anime and put it in an art gallery and have it sit there for like hundreds of years, like the Mona Lisa, I would do Violet Evergarden. Not a doubt in my mind. That show is, in every sense of the word, perfect. It's just so beautiful. I can't really put words to it. If you haven't seen it, just fucking watch it, and you will see exactly what we mean. Phenomenal show.
Yeah.
It's, it,
I mean,
It's the next Mona
fucking
Lisa.
just fantastic.
I don't really have anything else to add to that. I think it's one of the prettiest shows I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's about it.
That's the tea, Cap.
Is that all the tea?
There it is.
That's all the tea.
Yeah, unless you have something else you want to say.
Not really. I just
Anything
thank
wanna
you for
say the
sticking with
viewers
us
at
for
home?
20 episodes. To have all the fellas alike at the table too. We're 20 deep. That's pretty intense.
20 weeks.
20
of being
weeks.
horny.
That's a lot of horny. That's a lot of
Jesus,
that's a lot of
lot
content.
of horny.
So thank you everyone for any of the support we got. That's fucking awesome. Man. We're 20 episodes in. I look forward to many other 20 more. Make sure to follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
MySpace.
Not MySpace.
Anchor,
Yeah, Anchor's on there. At Hello Harem.
Grinder,
Grinder, Bumble,
Black
Tinder.
People Meet,
Farmers Only.
Our Time.
Plenty of Fish,
Christian Mingle.
Christian Mingle.
outofoptions.com.
But that's the end of the 20th episode of the Hello Harem Podcast. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any burning desires or questions, always email us at helloharempodcast@gmail.com, and we'll get right back with you. Thank you so much for listening to 20 episodes of our bullshit. That's about it. That's the tea. Thank you very much.